Bashim Rakakadash.
Rock it through your hour.
Rock the hour.
Rock the outside.
Rock the outside.
Rock it through your hour.
Rock the hour.
Rock the outside.
Rock the outside.
Rock it through your hour.
Rock the hour.
Rock the outside.
Rock the outside.
All good. We want to give all glory and praise unto Yahweh Bashim Rashad.
That's right.
And the elders, a great millstone. Honors and salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing this word, truth to the city, truth and sincerity. Okay, we back out here with another Saturday to prophesy the downfall of this wicked ass society, man. And right now, you see what's going on downtown Los Angeles with this whole ICE situation. They got all these raids going on across Los Angeles
and Minneapolis too.
And Minneapolis, you know, but out here there's a major
ordeal.
Population of the tribe of Issachar, man.
Yeah, and Zebulon.
And Zebulon, that's being affected by these raids, man. And see that, and the thing is, the Lord is doing that, man.
Oh yeah.
Because you so-called Latinos, especially here on the West Coast, you have a art with your brother, the so-called Negroes, man.
Yeah.
Okay. And you basically getting your nigga wake-up call, man.
Yep.
Because we're all being oppressed here together, man. Yep. Okay. So wherever your issue is, the Lord is humbling your ass, man. Letting you know, like, look, motherfucker, you not above these curses too. Yep. You know?
Just because you light skin and you speak Spanish, you're part of the tribes, man.
Yep.
You're part of the nation of Israel.
Yep.
Y'all must have forgot.
Yep. And that's that division, because Esau uses that, you know, they try to make it seem like they got different culture than we got a different culture, but really we're the same people, man. Yeah. Okay? And it's spiritual, because when you go to these ghettos, where the Southern Kingdom and Northern Kingdom dwell, we eat each other's food, okay? They take on our customs, we take on some of their customs, man. Because we're the same people, man. Okay?
We're cousins, man.
Right. You know, and the Lord is just doing this to remind you, you so-called Latinos out there, man, that you're not above these reproaches, man.
Right.
Okay? Because don't forget, this damn devil, he stole your land from you, man.
Yep, that's right.
And he's calling you an illegal immigrant in your own land, man.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
California was, I'm sorry, brother.
Go ahead.
California once upon a time belonged to the so-called Mexicans, the tribe of Issachar.
That's right.
All right. And when Esau started to take over the United States, they slowly but surely made it to the West and pushed them out of their land.
Yep.
And formed treaties and all that, and pushed them all the way down to Central America, man.
Yep. Yeah.
People don't know the history.
Right.
And even when you started to get let back into America to build up neighborhoods, certain neighborhoods got destroyed by the LA Staples Center.
Yeah. Yep.
That area.
Dodger Stadium.
Or the
LAX. I know you brought up last
LAX.
Yeah, that was once a Mexican neighborhood.
Yeah. Got
destroyed and put up stadiums over there, man.
Yep.
Different places like that.
Yep. That's I believe that's the Glendale area.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, all throughout LA like that. Like even with Strawberry Vines, where the Dodger Stadium sit on the top of the hill, that was all one Issachar neighborhood right there.
Yep.
They bulldozed the shit out of that, kicked out the land and everything.
Yep.
And then you rehouse those people. They just, hey, you gotta find your own way.
Yep. So this ain't nothing new.
Yeah, bro.
Well, yeah, like the bro was saying, well, you got a tribe with you got a problem with the so-called black man because that's from the prison system.
Yep.
Been institutionalized.
Yep.
These gangs and all that stuff. They got the gangs in the police force.
Yep.
Gangs in different neighborhoods.
Yep.
So where the fuck y'all at now?
That's right, bro.
Where at, man? You guys, we used to teach downtown LA. Guys roll up and try to fight us.
Yep.
You
Gave you the authority, that's safe.
Yeah. Try to roll up on brothers. Dude came up last couple of summers ago, pull a gun out.
Yep.
Try to take me out. Motherfucker came up a couple of summers ago over here trying to fight us.
Yep.
Talking about the Mexican mafia and all that shit.
Right. Yeah.
And back in the 90s, that hate was very deep between Judah and you guys. You guys were killing each other.
Yeah.
And you guys outnumbered Judah, so of course you kicking our ass, man.
Yeah.
Now it's time for your asses to get kicked.
That's right.
A stick shove up your ass, man, to remind you where the fuck you at.
Yep.
Who truly is your oppressor.
That's right, bro.
You see?
That's
and more to come.
That's right. And that comes from that trusting in the shadow of Egypt, man. You know, because Jake, that's what they think. They have to assimilate, you know, to make something of themselves here. So even if it means stabbing their own people in the back, they gonna do it, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because they develop that mindset, that capitalism that they push here in the society. Jake take hold on that mind frame. They subscribe to that shit, man. Yep. You know, and that's why they do the shit that they do, the evil things that they do to one another, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Hell yeah, in this place, Southern California, man, it used to be like brothers grew up here, gangland.
Yeah.
Brothers went to high school, the brothers got stories, man.
Yeah.
Different neighborhoods growing up around you motherfuckers. You were just taking taking Judah out, walking to school.
Yeah.
All kinds of shit you guys were doing unto Judah. And Judah did the same shit, you know?
Yeah.
But you guys outnumber us, man.
Yeah.
And the Most High set up these different gang injunctions to clean up the streets.
Yeah.
You know, East LA, all that, one particular point, brothers gonna go over there, man.
Yep. Yep.
If you of a Negroid tribe, they'll try to kill you.
Yeah.
You see?
That's right, bro.
So the Lord is, hey man, the hypocritical nation, you getting dealt with now.
That's right.
You getting dealt with now, man.
Rightfully
That's right.
so.
It's rightfully so.
That's right. Start with that, bro.
Yep, the subtitle for Isaiah 30, it said Judah warned against Egyptian and lions.
Yep.
Verse 1, woe to the rebellious children.
Nah, go to verse, what's Isaiah, what, 10?
30.
Oh, okay, yeah, my bad. Oh, yeah, my bad. I thought you said Isaiah.
6.
Yeah,
Isaiah
that's
30
okay.
and 1, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahweh Shai, that take counsel, but not of me, and I cover with a covering, but not of my spirit.
Right, and that's the downfall of our people, man. Not taking counsel of the Lord, man. Taking counsel of another spirit, you know, here in Babylon, man. Because like I said, they subscribe to the so-called white man's philosophy, his way of doing things, his way of thinking, man. You know, that's why if you don't speak a certain way, if you don't sound like Esau, they'll look down on you, man. You know?
That's not his name. It's Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai. No, it's Yahweh Shai, bro. No, ain't none of that, bro.
No.
It's not a game, bro. Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai, bro. You gotta get it right. Yeah, you gotta get it right, brother. Seriously, man.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? But that's another reason why we out here, man, to exalt the name of Yahweh Shai, man. You know, because you got a lot of Jakes out here, they know they Israelites, but they ain't got the name right. Anyway, read that again.
Yep. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and I cover with a covering, but not of my spirit.
Right, that's why Jake is out here bugged out. Okay, that's why these so-called Mexicans is out here. That's why they subscribe to that so-called Mexican culture, which you're not Spanish, man. You were conquered by the Spanish. Right. That's why you speak Spanish. Just like we were conquered by these Edomites that spoke English, and we speak English.
And they spoke French as well.
Okay, French.
Dutch as well.
Okay.
That's when you got Jake, dark-skinned Jake, teaching, speaking French.
Yeah.
They got French Creole, got dark-skinned Jake, speaking Dutch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's right, bro. And when you don't sound like the oppressor,
Yeah.
you know, because they always say, oh, he's very eloquent. You know, because you know, really when they say that, they really saying, oh, you sound just like the so-called white man.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which Jake, we always been eloquent, you know, but we still got flavor with it at the same time. Esau got that dork, that fucking saltless ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't got no spirit with him, man. No vibe to him, you know. But Jake always been eloquent. But you know, that's how they think in this society. That's why these so-called, especially over here in Cali, these Latina women, you know, they like Jake, but they don't really want to get with Jake because they don't want to face that persecution.
Yeah, and that shit is real.
From within their household, man.
Yeah, that's real.
Especially Southern California, it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And Judah, we don't be looking for the Latinas like that. They be, you know what I'm saying? Giving us play like that, man.
Right. Yep.
Now you get with her, she got a big ass family. You go on these functions, they staring you down. You might get into fights, man.
Yeah.
With brothers or cousins and shit.
Yeah, bro.
You better know how to fucking box. These dudes out here, they a warrior tribe. They get busy, man. There's a lot of motherfuckers. They be boxing, do all kinds of shit, man.
Right. Yeah.
We give you that, but that's how that shit is, man.
Yep.
Even one time, my ex baby mother, we had to get another car and shit. We trying to see what we can get, and one of the car salesmen was Issachar. He mean mugging me and shit.
Yeah.
So I had to like break the ice, man. I was like, yeah, man. We started talking about boxing. And so, who's your favorite boxer? He asked me. I said, Mayweather. So how you like that Mike Donna versus? I said, I like Mike Donna. Yeah. I said, I thought Mike Donna was gonna beat Mayweather. Right. Fucked his head up. I was like, I like Mike Donna, man. And that's what they do.
Yeah.
Because it's ridiculous out here in the Southern California. That's what Lord is fucking you up, man.
Yeah, bro. Right.
Bringing you back to reality.
That's right.
Well, yeah, you guys listen to those old school music. You like fucking Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
You know? So you're messed up. It's that prison system, that gang culture. Fucked your heads up, man.
That's right.
That's right. Bunch of Serranos and goddamn Mexican mafia, all that bullshit. Fucked your head up, man.
Yeah. That's right.
And then Judah, you ain't no fucking good example neither.
Right.
How you treat each other.
Yep.
So how you treat each other, they look at that and they like, man, look how they treat each other. So you're not setting the good examples. The Lord set up the elect.
That's right.
He set forth that good example, man.
That's right, bro.
Like, God damn. Because even within the Southern Kingdom out here, and once upon a time, they were just murdering each other, man. So it's all fucked up, man. Both sides.
The whole head.
From the head to the fucking tail, man.
Yeah, bro.
But it's just now, is you guys got to see what's up.
Yep.
Right. You've been set on your leads, man.
That's right.
Been set on your leads.
Yeah. That's right, bro.
You know, came out here, you prosper, which is prophecy.
Yeah.
According to the tribe of Issachar. You know, hey, wake up call, man.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Wake up call.
Yeah, that's right.
Esau is trying to destroy us all.
Yeah.
Now you gonna figure out, what the hell is going on? Like, you forgot that you one of the sons of Israel, man.
Yeah.
Y'all forgot.
That's right.
Now you're gonna be reminded through pain.
That's right.
Through misery.
That's right.
You're gonna be reminded.
Oh yeah.
Even though you got a light skin, you got Oscar De La Hoya, which is an outstanding boxer, can't take that away from him.
Yeah.
Sound just like Esau. Hey, how's it going on? A lot of y'all do that.
Yeah.
And they hate your ass, man.
Exactly. Yeah, bro.
That's why the brother said y'all must have forgot, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna tell you plain and simple, man. We're gonna call spade and spade. Esau, the so-called white man, was not
Hell no.
man.
Yeah,
You
bro.
can never be like Esau, none of you, man.
Okay.
That's good. For the scriptures be giving you a reminder.
Right.
All right?
Yeah.
Like the brother said, it's not no fucking game, man.
Right. Right.
Yep. That they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt.
Right, because you adding sin to sin, being in that spirit, man. Because what you murder, like the brother say, you murdered one another. Okay, that's a sin. To murder your neighbor, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look how they did all that. That rapper Tory Lanez. They sent a Mexican after him to stir that shit up.
Yeah.
You know, they could have sent it. They sent a Mexican.
Yep.
And he was very unprofessional. What? He got stabbed like 14 times.
Yeah, bro, and live.
And live. You were the fuck? That was. Hey, you gotta get your money back, bro.
That was a real hit.
You stab him with a fucking.
You're like, God damn.
And he was all bloody too.
Yeah, bro.
See, to stir that up. Why would you do that, man?
Right.
Because you get locked up in California. That's how the fucking prison systems is, man.
Yeah.
They separate you and all that shit, all that gang shit, your color shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous in America, man.
Yeah, bro.
You know?
Yeah.
And brothers that's from out here that grew up, they got testimonies for days.
Yeah.
Y'all used to riot with each other in school. In New York, we got no riots with the Puerto Ricans in school in New York, man. God damn.
Yeah, we got Mexican riot.
Shit.
Riot.
Lord, forget about all that shit, man.
Yeah, bro.
One county, Riverside County.
Yeah, Riverside County.
There used to be brothers from out here that used to live out there. It used to be bad. All right? And when we taught at that park, remember that one weekend, they had like a little function. They were just ice grill. Yeah, it was just ice grill. I'm Benjamin, bro. I'm cousin of Judah. I don't give a fuck. Benjamin is used to being outnumbered. I was grilling back. Like, what's up, man? You know? I don't care. Like, that shit don't frighten me, man. Like, y'all niggas retarded.
Yeah, bro.
So that tension is still there, but it's not as active like it used to be, man.
Right.
Like we were leaving. Remember we were leaving? They were just looking at us, man. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they was in their low riders.
Yeah, man. So that tension is still there.
Yeah, bro.
So then y'all getting jacked up now, man.
That's right.
Fucking feel sorry for y'all, man.
That's right. That's right.
And peace to the elect.
That's right, bro.
Of the tribe of Issachar, Zebulon, and stuff out here, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Rest of y'all, fuck y'all niggas, man.
That's right.
Like how we say, fuck these niggas in the South, the same to y'all, man.
That's right. That's right. You know, and it also goes back to the curses, man.
Hell yeah.
That's how we know the people of the Lord, man. That hatred, that the tribes have for one another, man. Because you got a thing with the tribe of Issachar and Zebulon as well. They have a hatred for one another. You know.
Yep.
That's where that whole MS-13 and that Sereno shit is all about, man. Because that's because I remember one night I was out with a couple of brothers. We was in the valley at night, and this fucking MS-13 dude, Zebulon, approached us, man. You know, because he saw us in the parking lot. We, you know, getting on the taco truck, we was getting some food and shit. And he just walked up, and he was speaking Spanish. So we, you know, brothers that you know, we don't know Spanish like that. We know a couple of words, but we was happening to be with a couple of Zebulonite brothers, and they understood what he was saying. And brothers told, you know, translated to us what he was saying. And we got the fuck out of there because he was looking for, you know, Issachar to take out, man.
Yeah.
And he seeing brothers, and you know, through the spirit, there was no Issachar brothers there. It was all Zebulon and Judah. You know what I'm saying? And the spirit had to where they talked to him, calmed him down and shit. We got the hell up out of there, man. And that goes to show you that animosity within the tribes, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't just Issachar and Judah. It's Issachar and Zebulon out here. They used to have major fights and shit like that.
Yeah, man.
You know, but all the Lord's gonna wipe all that
shit out,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? Because and it's beautiful. All this is happening around this time because you know, all these jobs that's gonna come this north, and all these jobs out here are occupied by Issachar and Zebulon, man. Especially Issachar, man. You know, so when all these jobs start to dwindle, man, that's really when y'all really gonna start catching hell, man. Because you still able to, you know, do your little, because Issachar got their little side hustles. They don't just work at their regular job.
They not a hustle, man. He is hired, bro.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why this new system, you ain't gonna be able to do that, man.
Right.
You ain't gonna be able to work underneath the table like that. So the Lord got everything stirring beautifully, man. Because all that shit you've been putting, that hatred you've been pushing towards it, the Lord gonna make you motherfuckers feel that pain, man. Like the brother's saying, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say real quick because we mentioned last week as well about the blue collar and the white collar jobs. So and Issachar is in both of those fields. You know, Issachar, especially if they're women, they in a lot of those white collar jobs where they're secretaries and stuff like that.
Presidents of unions and stuff.
Stuff like that. And the same thing for the blue collar jobs, your electricians and stuff like that. AI, all of that is taking over all of the workplace, man. You see, so yeah, that tribe is about to catch a lot of hell out of here, man. Man and women. Okay.
And children.
That's right, bro. Because that they maybe think of during the time of slavery, man. Jake had to try to flee the plantation, and Jake was getting hunted down.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And that's now they're starting to see that same effect because you've been over here in this particular region over here. You know, you got your little businesses and whatnot. You got your family structure somewhat intact. You know, but now all that is getting ready to become crashing down, man. That little rest, that little place to see y'all been in, the Lord's ready is shaking that shit up now.
Shake it up.
You know?
Yeah.
Remember what the white woman said? I forgot her name from California or whatever. She's one of Trump's. It was a commercial. She said, we'll get every last one of you. There's no escape. She said that.
Wow, see?
See that?
See, man?
So that hatred that Esau had towards you so-called Mexicans, that never left, man. You just like how Esau duped Jake, you know, because, you know, Jake was bought into that shit. That's these American Negroes, they bought into that shit. You know, that's why you got sellouts among our tribes, man.
Yeah, everywhere, man.
You know what I'm saying? Among all 12 tribes, you got sellouts, man. You got lapdogs for the so-called white man, man. Okay?
It's Isaiah 30:2 that want to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth.
Oh man, once upon a time they was walking. From goddamn Venezuela and all that. It was all miles, man.
Yeah, bro.
They got turned around, man.
Yep.
And all types of horrific shit happened to them people, man.
Yep.
See?
Walking down to the oppressor.
Yep.
You're not asking the Lord for your help, for strength. You trust in oppression, man. You know, because you think, you know, which is true. You can have a better living situation here, than certain other places.
Hell yeah.
But you gotta be a wicked individual if you really want to
Thrive here.
certain level.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
You gotta be defiled, man. Okay, you gotta do things that's abominable and despicable, man, in order for you to have a so-called name here, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, man.
And it's all in vain because the society is getting ready to be destroyed, man.
Yeah.
As we see with these other celebrities in recent time, a lot of these individuals are getting exposed, man. Shit ain't what it always seemed to be, man.
Yeah.
All that shit that's going on behind the scenes, all that shit is being revealed, man.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're in the time of the internet, so things aren't as private as they once were, man. You know, everybody can't hide, everybody can't tell those lies and hide them no more, man.
Right.
It was one time a lot of these things were just rumors, you know, before the internet became popular, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Now all these things are coming out to be in fact true.
Yep.
You know, about how nasty these motherfuckers are, man. You know.
Yep. That's what we have a quick point how George Lopez, the comedian, he treated his own people. He ain't have not one of his own people come up to be a like host or anything in that comedian world for the people.
Yeah.
Now you show you that you got Instagram that hate themselves, man.
Yeah,
they get the police forces, they chill their own people. They don't just chill on Judah, they'll chill on other Instacars.
Right. Right. You got the gangs in the police department in Los Angeles.
Yeah, LA Sheriff
And
Department.
and one of their one of their initiation is to go kill their own.
Yep.
This lady brought that out, man.
Yep.
So it's gangs within gangs within gangs. It's fucking ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
So it's better just to stay on the straight cake. Because it's
Yeah,
ridiculous, man. It's
Yeah,
evil
Lord.
as hell out here.
Yeah, bro. That's right, bro. Because everything in this society is ass backwards.
It's corrupted, man.
You know.
Then they use the women as mules, drug mules. They get prostituted out.
Yep.
Yep.
A lot of these fine ass women down there in Tijuana, they're prostitutes.
Yeah.
Colombia prostitutes. You know, and those gangs running that shit, man. You think the government don't know about that?
Yeah.
Right.
You see?
Yeah, they had an article that came out that a lot of these fruit vendor on the corner are human trafficking.
Yeah. Yeah, they be having selling them flowers.
Yeah, flowers.
Yeah,
and fruit.
man.
Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They be out there for hours, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
We see it, especially you go to LA, we see it, man. Like,
Yeah.
god damn.
Yeah, bro. Yep.
So it's not a game.
Those areas be heavily populated by those gang members, man.
Yeah.
And a lot of them be freshly from like Mexico.
Right, they don't know anything.
Or other Latin countries. You know?
Yeah.
And they come over here, you know.
Get used and abused and tossed to the side, man.
Yep. Yep.
So human trafficking is a big thing out here in Southern California.
Yep.
All throughout the borders, Texas and shit, man.
Yep.
We know what we're talking about.
Yep. And that's what the Diddy trial, that's what they talking about that trafficking. They saying basically when you fly a woman from different state lines for sexual purposes, they consider that human trafficking.
Yeah, he's a low level on that, but
Right.
the ones that's majorly doing it, they're not going to bring them up on charges.
Right.
They tried the whole Epstein shit, and they ain't really going anywhere.
Right.
But that's big money, human trafficking, man.
Right.
That's not only in the States, that's from China,
Right.
fucking the Philippines. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Vietnam.
Yeah.
In that movie, what's the movie that came out? Sound of Freedom.
Right.
That was based out of Colombia, I think.
Wow.
Down in Colombia.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's real fucked up, man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That's right. And that's why the Lord got his men out here to remind you people of how wicked this society is, to let you know how wicked this society is, man.
Yep.
You know, and your ignorance is no longer can be used as an excuse now. You know, because you got all these platforms, you got all this information, you got all these tools to seek out this information for yourself, man. You know, and a lot of you are just simply choosing to ignore it, man. You know, but that's going to be on you. Go ahead.
Isaiah 30:2 that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to straighten themselves in the strength of Pharaoh.
That's why Jake is so quick to fucking sell their own people out, man. You know, because they trust in Egypt. They trust in this place. They really believe this is gonna be life for forever, man. This is how we're gonna be living for the rest of our lives, man. You know, waking up, going up to these jobs, paying fucking taxes, the cost of living going up every year. You know, you can barely keep up with your fucking bills. Okay, you're in a constant hamster wheel, man. You know, just accumulating debt. You know, this place is in America is in fucking debt, trillions of dollars in fucking debt, man. And this motherfucker want to penalize you if you don't want to pay, if you want to go so-called do your taxes, man. And this motherfucker is trillions of dollars in debt. You know, it's ridiculous, man. You know, it's no justice here, man. So that the Lord's gonna bring the justice, man. We just gotta sit and wait upon the Lord. We can't, you know, take matters into our own hands.
Yep.
But see, you tried. The Lord got you in that trick bag, man. Okay, because ultimately the Lord's only coming back for that small remnant, man. Like the brother said, peace unto the elect, man. The northern and the southern kingdom. That's within the spirit of Yahweh Shah.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yep, and the trust and the shadow of Egypt.
Yeah, shadow.
Yep, the shadow.
It's just a shadow, man.
You know, and the shadow is but for a moment, man.
Yep.
You know, and this place is temporary. You know, that's what we've been telling you the whole time. And you niggas, you FBA niggas, man. Okay, you ain't exempt. Okay, the Lord gonna remind you niggas, you know, especially yourselves, niggas that look down on your own people. He gonna remind you what you are in this society, man. Okay, especially when all hell breaks loose, man. Okay, because you living in your comfort, you think because you got a nice plush home, you got all these luxury cars. Okay, you might be in a certain affluent neighborhood, and we see what happened when fires happened out there in LA, the Palisades area, where you had some jakes that they had mansions out there, man. That shit burnt down to the ground. You know, where was all that pride then? Okay, Jake was fucking, you know, you had the actor, what's the dude's name, James Wood, he all crying and shit. That happened just in the moment, man. Right? You know, and all that shit came to naught. All that shit went up in flames. All that shit in vain, man.
Right.
That's getting ready. That's gonna happen on a massive scale. Yep. So to America as a whole, when those missiles hit this bitch, man, gonna burn all this shit up, man. Go ahead. Yep.
Verse 3, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust and the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
Right, you're gonna be ashamed. Because when all this shit, once you start seeing this place really collapse, which is already collapsing, but when it really start hitting home, you're gonna be ashamed, man. You're gonna be ashamed of all the shit that all them thoughts, the vain ass thoughts you thought all these things you gonna accomplish here, all the shit you had to do to reach the top, all the people you had to fuck over, ruin their lives, okay, corrupt souls in order for you to live comfortably here, you're gonna be ashamed, okay? Because you know you're gonna have to pay for all that, man.
That's right.
You know, when the Lord starts judging your ass, all those thoughts are gonna cross your mind, man. And you're gonna remember what the prophet said. Okay, the men that you mocked, okay, that you made fun of, man. You gonna wish that you took heed to these words, man. But that's how cold it is. The Lord got you in that spirit. He got you in that mode where you were rejecting this word, man. Because the Lord is only coming back for that small remnant. But we have to tell you these things anyway, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I look at the word shame real quick in the Bible Hub, and it says the imaginary of shame is just temporary relief and comfort.
See, temporary relief and comfort. And that's what this place is, you know? And even your living situation, a job ain't permanent.
Hell no,
job,
man.
You could get a job thing you said, and all of a sudden the company go under, man.
Yeah.
And you gotta look for another fucking job, man.
Or you just got somebody that's a supervisor just don't like you.
Right.
Looking for any way to fire your ass.
Nothing's certain here, man. Ain't nothing certain here. Especially for the people on this side, ain't nothing ever been certain for us here, man.
Right.
That's why Jake has to sell out. You know? Because Jake know if they don't play the game, you know, they gonna have to be in that suffering mode, man. They gonna be out there because that's what they think in their mind, you know. Because Jake ain't got that faith, you know. Us, we trust in the Lord, you know.
Right.
Of course, you know, we cordial, you know. It's gonna say we gotta be wise out here, you know. But
Use the world, gonna abuse it.
We understand where we at, man. But Jake, in the world, they don't have no foundation. They don't have no navigation.
Yep.
You know, which is the word, the truth. So they out here just giving over to all all these devices out here, man.
Exactly.
You know?
They don't have no culture.
Yep.
So if a person don't have any culture, they don't have no heritage, nothing they stand on, they can be easily manipulated, man. You know, and then they become fucking puppet masters and shit, gatekeepers, man.
Yep.
You know?
That's right, bro. Yep.
It said, yet it is ultimately inadequate and unreliable.
It's inadequate and unreliable.
Unreliable, bro. It's not going to be profitable until you at the end of the day, man, because it's going to end up destroying you. You know, all that shit. Because at the end of the day, you going the devil's bidding, man. Okay, because you got to do things that's against your power, man.
Right.
Do things that's against your God. Because they know who we are. They know that we the Israelites, the elites. They know that we the people of the Lord, and they know as long as they keep Jake in that sinful state, the Most High is going to be furious with us, man. But this is us being here in this land is a part of the Lord's fury against us, right? Because we sinned against Him. Okay, but now we're in a time where the Lord is showing grace unto that small remnant. Okay, through this word, through this truth being pushed out, man. Okay, the tribes out there, you know, the so-called Latinos out there in LA that's out in the streets, that's not gonna stop your persecution, man. Okay, that's not gonna stop Esau from deporting your ass, man.
Right.
Okay, it's just gonna further on the affliction, man.
Yep.
And ultimately, that's the Lord doing that to your asses, like you did say. Yep. Go ahead, bro.
In the hard climate of the Near East, chains provide momentary respite, but cannot substitute for lasting security.
Right, because they think, you know, going to these universities, getting these degrees, that's going to, you know, which it does to agree to better your life, but that's not going to stop all this hell from happening to you, man.
Yeah, majority of people are in debt, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Even these women that went to these Ivy League schools and all that, they're in debt.
Yep.
Major debt.
That's right.
You know, because they have these become doctors and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They're in major debt. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt.
Yep.
So how the fuck they really life has prospered like that? They haven't.
Right.
Unless you part of one of those fraternities, sororities, families, throughout the decades, been able to be used by the system. Those are the ones that's been being taken care of, man.
Yep.
The average Israelite that's trying to work hard, I'm gonna work hard and do that. You know, it's not really work out too well for them, man.
Yeah, bro.
They get caught up. Something happens, they get frustrated, they get mad.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot going on in society if you don't know how the system works.
Right.
You know, if you don't have no type of faith in the Most High, you get caught up.
Yep. That's right, bro. That's right. And that's why I mentioned those sellouts, man.
Yeah.
You know, because they realize the predicament that we in. And that's why I say, I've always been saying, Esau uses that as a weapon to break Jake down, man. Because they know we as a whole, our people come from the bottom, man.
Right.
And they know that a lot of Jakes are willing to, you know, sell out, not to live in that state.
Yep.
You know, so that's where you get the, you know, that concept of field nigga and a house nigga. Which they still being oppressed. The house nigga is still being oppressed.
Yep. Because there's a glass ceiling.
Right.
They can't go past, man.
Yep. But they in the house, so they ain't gotta be in the field. That's that whole dynamic, man.
Right.
You know? Yep.
This metaphor highlights the utility of seeking protection from sources other than God.
See, other than the Lord, man. Which the Lord is our strength, man, our source.
Right.
Okay. Like I said, the reason why we under our enemy's hand is because of the Lord put us in this man's hand of our transgressions, man. Okay, and that's gonna be the one that delivers us out of his hand.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
Wait.
All right. It ain't gonna be through marching, protesting, none of that shit.
Selling out.
Okay, and you should have known by, you know, watching the Southern Kingdom, all that marching they done done. That shit ain't changed shit.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Even though when there was people getting rounded up out there in Los Angeles, people, you know, throwing rocks and all that shit, ain't gonna do nothing.
Right.
Soon they're gonna start opening fire on you people, man.
Yeah, bro. It's a matter of time.
Only a matter of time.
That's right, bro. You know what I'm saying? And once again, that's your nigga wake up call. You know? That's your nigga wake up call.
Yep.
You know, you've been
Now
looking
you
down.
Spanish speaking niggas to,
Yep.
to this devil, man.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Been looking down on us and shit. Now you getting treated like a nigga.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead.
It said Isaiah 31:1 further warned against relying on Egypt, emphasizing that such alliances will lead to disappointment and failure.
Right. And Issachar, it's a damn shame because Esau be working the fuck out your ass, man, on these jobs, man. You know, have you working all these long ass days, these hours and shit, man. You know, and Issachar love that shit, man. You know, because they've been doing that shit so long. They programmed. They got like a clock within their damn body. They know how long the break is. They'll leave break right on time without even looking at the damn watch. You know, it's like they've been but that's that prophecy. Yeah. You know, it's in their spirit. You know, to do those things. You know, but Esau abuses that, man. You know, have them working. You got motherfuckers working 7 days a week. You know?
Yep.
That's wicked as hell, man.
It's tiring, man.
Yeah, bro, that shit is wicked as fuck.
That's like last sentence. The concept of refuge is central to Psalms, where Yahweh is frequently described as a refuge and fortress, Psalm 46:1, contrasting with the false security offered by Egypt.
And that's what we find refuge in the truth, man.
False security.
Keep us from losing it, man. Because this is our refuge, like, because in this world, you know, we go through the struggles our people go through, man. Okay, we go through the same thing. Like, see, we have this truth to comfort us, man. Like I said, we got this navigational tool, man. You know, so where we don't go over the edge, man. Okay, because there's a threshold. You know, the scriptures say, "Be angry, but sin not."
Right.
Okay, we ain't gonna be out here like Jake tearing shit up, man.
And that's what's going to happen. Second Ezra 15.
Yeah,
You're going to lose it.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's the Lord's gonna bring that.
Yeah, I'll say something real quick because I posted that video of that Jake who was basically crying his eyes out because of all those Issacharites that had to run out of that gymnasium at that school because they heard that ice was outside. So they pretty much had to run away. The parents ran away from their children and shit. So he on the video bawling his eyes out, crying like, man, what's going on? What's going on? And the whole time I'm thinking he doesn't understand the scriptures. He
Jacob's
doesn't have
trouble.
comfort in mind. He's not stable.
No.
He doesn't truly understand like the things that we understand. This is the time of the Lord's vengeance against our people, man.
Jacob's trouble,
So
man.
we not, like the brother said, we're not going to be out there protesting. We're not going to be out there rioting over the shit that's coming up, the shit that's happening.
All right, man.
Shit that's happening out here. It's a car, man. We understand that this is judgment upon them. This is just that time, man.
Yep.
Right.
You know, at the same time, when the brother was speaking while he was crying, those reporters that were inside the studio, you know they were laughing inside, man.
Yeah.
I sensed that shit, they were laughing inside. And, you know, I said, these motherfuckers just don't get it, man.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's the Lord's judgment.
Yep. Yep.
They can't say that they have been told.
Right.
Be all over the media, man.
Right. Yeah.
But as much they try to blacklist us on the media, it still gets out there through the Lord's power.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, it's a wrap, man.
Yeah. That's the Lord mocking them.
Yep.
You know, Lord mocking you Latin tribes right now, man.
It says that he shall send you against the hypocritical nation.
Yep.
Y'all motherfuckers are a bunch of hypocrites, man.
Yep, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's not gonna stop here, man. It's only gonna continue to get worse, man.
Oh yeah.
Right. Okay. As days come and pass, things are gonna get much worse than this, man. Okay, you wanna have death out here at large numbers.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, like brother just quoted, man. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 5. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 5. Oh, Assyrian, the rod of my anger. So now, if you know some history, the Assyrians are the ones that took down the northern kingdom under Shalmaneser and rest of those Assyrian kings that took them out their land, out of the north, and brought them into Babylon.
Right.
And then after a while, you know, the northern kingdom, around 724 BC, came over here to what you call United States of America today.
Right.
That's how long they've been dwelling there.
Yep.
So the modern day Assyrians is who? Esau.
Yep. Right. Yep.
It says, "Oh, Assyrian, the rod of my anger."
Yeah. That's right.
The Lord is angry, man, with his people.
That's right.
You're a bunch of idolaters, man. You're a bunch of witches.
Yeah.
Witchcraft is rampant I mean, all the whole nation of Israel.
Yep.
But the north on a whole nother level with the fucking idols, man.
Yeah, bro.
You got idols. When you taking a piss, you got Caesar Borgia staring at you.
Yeah.
You know, we dated some Latinas, man. Go to the parents' house, got Caesar Borgia in the goddamn bathroom. Go in the kitchen, got another Caesar Borgia looking at you. Go in the living room. You like, God damn. Yeah, man. So Syrian, the rod of my anger, and the staff in their hand is my indignation. This is the Lord doing these things, man.
Oh, yeah. That's right, bro.
Rounding you up and doing. It's gonna have to. Hey, Hey, the West Indians got rounded up. The Haitians got rounded up.
Yep.
Everybody's getting it. This is the hot news right now that's going on right now this weekend.
That's right, bro. That's right,
Okay.
bro.
I will send him against an hypocritical nation.
Yeah.
You're a bunch of hypocrites, man.
Yeah, bro.
You're a bunch of idolaters.
Yeah. Right.
Okay? And against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge. They just run up in there with their fucking vehicles, rounding people up, locking people up, take them to the detention centers, separating families, run up in these Home Depots, you know, the fashion district downtown LA. All right, different states in the United States. We know a lot of concentrated, where it's concentrated mainly of the so-called illegal immigrants.
Right.
You know, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, bro.
Of my wrath will I give him a charge to take the spoil and take the prey and to tread them down like the mire in the streets, man.
Yeah, bro.
Mire up the streets. Yeah, that's gonna escalate, man. It's gonna get violent. That's what we say earlier. Where the hell are you gangbangers? You all core gangbangers. Or roll up on us that reading the Bible. Where you at, man? You should be out there.
Right.
Fucking going nuts.
Right.
Mexican mafia.
Where the Mexican mafia at, man?
Right.
Where y'all at, man?
Right.
Where they see us? Where you from, Holmes? All that shit.
Right.
Why you wouldn't tell the FBI? Why the fuck you here, Holmes?
Right. Right. We can't get
Authority, Holmes. Huh? Where y'all at?
Bro.
Hypocrites, man.
Yeah.
Bunch of hypocrites.
Right. That's right, bro. Right, bro.
There's Hosea 4 verse 17. Ephraim is joined to idols.
Yeah, that's the northern kingdom.
Yep.
Let them alone. Alright, basically leave them alone. Their drink is sour. They have committed whoredom continually.
Yeah, and what is that? That's spiritual fornication.
Yep.
Worshiping of other gods, man. Idolatry.
Yep.
That's what a lot of our people are into, man.
Yeah. That's
That,
right.
what you call it? Oh man, they worship the Day of the Dead. What you call that shit?
Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah, Dia de los Mortos.
Yeah.
What's another Queen of Heaven worship? What's the other one? Guadalupe. There's a lot of crazy shit out here, man.
Santeria.
Yeah,
That type of stuff.
different parts of Mexico is very satanic.
Yeah, bro.
Very satanic out there, man.
They do human sacrifices.
Yeah.
And shit too.
Yeah.
You watch that movie. The Tax Collector.
Right.
That tax collector, the villain dude, that crazy cartel dude, they show you in that movie he was worshiping Satan, and he got that bitch to kill that other bitch and sacrifice it to that idol, basically to the devil, Satan, so he can get the power to roll on his enemies. You gotta watch that movie, man. It shows you
Yeah,
that
man.
shit.
And that's what the cartel, that's what they do. They be butchering each other.
Yeah.
Like literally, man. They found houses of bodies butchered. And
Yeah.
like that movie, the first Sicario showed you that. When they raided a house in Arizona, they had bodies in the walls, man. Because they went in the house, they couldn't see nothing. And I guess one police officer backed them to the wall, and they saw like a hole. And it was like, what the fuck is that? They ripped the walls open. It was bodies in there, man. Body parts, plastic bags. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how they get down.
Yeah. Maybe those two Northern Kingdomers recently, they got caught. It was somewhere in the States though.
Truck driver, right?
No, it wasn't truck drivers. They was just two random jakes, but they was a part of some gang. Apparently, I think Trendell Awa. But they were caught and arrested because they were trying to sacrifice two girls that they had kidnapped.
See? They're very satanic, man.
Yeah.
That's why they got that whole roundup that happened over there in El Salvador.
Yeah.
All the MS-13 members are in that fucking concentrated camp.
Yeah.
Harsh judgment, man. So, hey, Chill, man.
Yeah.
2/3 of our people got to go.
Yeah.
You got to fucking go, man.
Right.
Right.
The NOT on Isaiah. When the rulers of Israel finish their drinking, off they go to find some prostitutes they love shame more than honor. So a mighty wind will sweep them away.
The mighty wind shall sweep them away. They're Assyrian is sweeping your asses away, rounding you up, send you back where you came from, put you in these camps. They probably chipping your ass too. And they like, you want to stay here, you got to take the perfect way to chip them up. Put the MOTB in them, because they don't know any better.
Right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
Docile as hell. Nah, you got it.
Yeah, that's what they did to the Southern Kingdom during slavery. They broke Jake's will.
Yeah.
That's why Jake don't have that throughout the different generations they broke Jake's
Joke broke their pride.
That rebelliousness against this man's system, you know. And anytime somebody would try to rise up, they will always murder them, man.
Yep.
You know, make examples out of them, so that way they instill that fear into the people.
And it worked.
Yep.
Until the appointed time, the Most High started to rise up the prophets.
That's right. That's
It was all part of the Lord's plan.
Yeah.
It worked. Even down in the different countries in Africa, different African leaders rose up, you know, and try to really liberate their people and try to use the natural resources for their people. They got taken out by their own people. So it's sellouts everywhere, man.
Yeah, that's right, bro.
See? But they can't do that to them. So now we have the end of this thing.
That's right.
But the elect has risen up, and nothing they can do against this, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's over.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, to back that brother up is all the Lord's will, because he said it himself in Deuteronomy 28. You shall have no might in thy hand.
Yeah.
All right. So any type of way you think you're gonna fight back, always fire back, right back at you.
Right.
You know. So man.
No
Yeah,
man
man.
should buy you, you know.
Right.
Yep. So that was all part of the Lord's plan.
Yep.
But you had different uprisings and all that, and they all failed.
Yeah. Yep. That's right.
Even to where the different uprisings they try to do out here, United States in the 60s and 50s and all that, those people were fucking being used.
Yep.
It's where the FBI infiltrated all the different Black Panther movements and all that stuff and murdered Jake.
Yep.
And that guy, J. Edgar Hoover, clearly says, if they're ever going to be a black messiah, we're going to create them.
Yeah.
So that tells you what? Well, that tells you they're all agents.
Set up.
They're all agents, man.
Yep.
Except the men of the Lord, the true men of the Lord,
Right.
who are rough around the edges.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? All
right.
walks of life.
That's right.
They can't tamper with that. They can't stop that.
That's right.
Oh, because we were surrounded on all sides physically,
Right.
but spiritually, they are outnumbered. The angels got everything on lock. Yahweh Shai and the angels got everything on lock.
That's right, bro.
That's what he ain't supposed to fear, man. Yeah, that's fucking nuts, man.
That's right,
It's
bro.
fucking crazy. Like, damn, man.
That's right, bro.
Evil everywhere. He using us, man.
Yeah,
What
bro.
the hell? You gotta have faith.
That's right, bro.
You gotta have faith.
Yeah, bro.
Like, holy shit.
Yeah, bro.
Feel like Jonah and shit, man. Wait, what the hell, man?
And I also plays into that Isaiah 30 with them groups trying to uprise. That's that taking the covering, but now the Lord's Spirit.
Right.
Because that wasn't of the Lord. That's why all that shit didn't came to naught. You know, because ultimately, you know, that's the thing. Jake always talk about getting on cold with each other, but see, the thing is, this is the pope.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can get on cold with another nigga, but you can doing wickedness. He adultery,
Yeah, man.
You don't get on cold with a motherfucker like that. That's a wicked generation.
Right.
You know, this is our code. This is our code.
God's code, the G code.
Right. They always want to talk about culture. This is the culture. This is the culture, man. This is our true culture, man.
Yeah, man.
Their sacrifice to idols will bring them shame.
Oh, yeah.
Man, you're gonna be shameful, man.
Yeah.
Especially when you find out the true appearance of the Lord, man. When you see the true appearance of the Lord, you're gonna be ashamed, man. Because you hate that outward appearance, man. Because you've been brainwashed, you've been manipulated into thinking that anybody that looks like us is evil, man.
Yep.
You know, and like the brother said, we got some fucked up examples right now. Okay, but the Lord got his prophets out here as well, though.
Yeah, man.
You know, but that's a stumbling block.
Yeah, the Lord got a lot of stumbling blocks out there.
You know what I'm saying? Because you look at our appearance on those niggas.
Yeah, the way we speak. But how the hell they looked at John the Baptist then, man?
Yeah,
Like, this is crazy.
Dang.
What the
They was
hell?
walking around with what they call the camels garment on. Yeah, eating locusts. Yeah.
Honey.
Come on, man. If you see a Jake like that today, like, what about Isaiah when the Most High made Isaiah walk around butt naked
Oh yeah,
a couple of days for a come on, you see a Jake
Yeah,
with a
bro.
beard on, butt naked. Talking about you guys better repent and all that. That's how the Lord works, man.
Yeah,
The fuck?
Various ways.
Yeah, it's very peculiar.
yeah.
And when people start digging in, the only ones that was truly scholarly was Apostle Paul. Who else, man, was a scholar, background. It was mainly Apostle Paul. He came later. Because he had to deal with them educated ass Greek niggas,
Right,
black Greek niggas. There was all different philosophies, and Apostle Paul could deal with them.
right.
He was very schooled.
Right.
He was very stoic.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I
See?
think the disciples, the scriptures say they were unlearned men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they didn't, they weren't on the high level like
Right.
that.
Right.
Apostle Paul, he was basically a Pharisee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knew
Yeah.
the law and stuff.
And he dealing with the prophets. Daniel was very studious, he was very stoic, very disciplined,
Yeah.
very smart.
Yep.
Yeah, Joseph, the same thing.
Yep.
But when it comes to the disciples and all that,
Yep.
Jake was rugged as hell.
You know, Christian men. That's
Yeah.
a blue collar job today.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, they was just, that's all they did. That's all they do. That was their 9 to 5.
Yeah, man.
Man,
Working and
There weren't no
daily work.
fucking, you know what I'm saying? Ivy League school looking Jakes.
Right.
You know?
Right. Bill Cosby.
Yeah, man. So it's, the Lord said you're going to use the weak. What, you going to Corinthians?
I can go there.
Oh, yeah, that's what you're looking for. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know something.
That you're going to,
Week.
yeah. Oh,
I got
man.
it.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1, starting at, I'll start at verse 25. Because the foolishness of
Oh,
the Heavenly
yeah.
Father
Yeah.
is wiser than men.
Yeah, we out here looking foolish.
Yep.
Brothers, try to speak properly, but we
Yeah.
still have some of that hood in us.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
we don't care. We believe.
That's
we,
right.
we understand this word, though.
That's right. Yep, that's right. That's right.
Go ahead.
It says, and the weakness of the Most High is stronger than men.
Yep.
For ye see your calling, brethren,
Yeah.
how that not many wise men after the flesh,
Man.
not many mighty, not many noble.
And you
are
got,
called.
Yep.
I'm sorry, you got a lot of Jake that was scholars, man, that
Yeah,
did a lot
yeah.
of things.
Yeah,
The so-called black community. Why they haven't been called to this?
Right.
Right.
They found out all kinds of information. There's a lot of information out there about these different individuals, right? And got different inventors.
Right.
Did a lot of inventions
Yeah.
of the Israelite stock. Why they haven't been called unto this, man?
Right.
Go ahead.
We supposed to sound like that dude Neil deGrasse and shit.
Right. Yeah, that guy's pretty smart, right?
Yeah.
But his knowledge is foolishness unto
Right.
the Most High.
Yep.
Yeah, bro.
He's pretty smart. He's very smart.
Hell yeah. Yep.
Go ahead.
Yep, it says, but the Heavenly Father hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise.
That's it. You know how they get confounded? How, brother? One word. Prophecy.
Yep.
Prophecy.
That's right, bro.
That's how they get confounded all the time. Prophecy.
Yep.
You can't go back and forth with the information they have. Like, man, because it doesn't even matter.
Right,
You said we calling this prophecy. This is this.
Yeah.
This is where it's going.
Yeah.
You can't get caught up with that because they're gonna drown you.
Right.
But when it comes to the prophecy, they get bewildered
Yeah, bro.
to where now they losing it. Vocab losing it.
Yeah.
Where you get all that money going to England ain't cheap, nigga.
Right.
That's like, what, it's like $2,000 a ticket or some shit, or $1,000 up.
Flight gonna be at least 1,000.
Right. Then you gotta get your fucking hotel in on it. Unless you got some Bible friends over there, some Christian friends that can house you. The hotel ain't cheap,
Yeah.
you know? So you're losing, man. Oh, y'all a bunch of losers.
You know, all that for nothing. You gotta enjoy your time in London.
Fuck out of here, man.
There's a lot of sightseeing to do in London. You
Yeah.
should waste your time.
You should be going to them fucking museums that still have that information about Jake ruling Europe. That's what you should be doing.
Right. Yeah.
Because you can't stop this. You can't stop the prophets. You
Right.
can't stop the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man.
Right.
When you deal with prophecy, you have to deal with reality.
Yeah.
Prophecy, if you deal with reality, reality deals with prophecy.
Yeah.
Right. Interchangeable.
Yeah.
That deals with historical events, things that actually happen in life.
Right.
Because prophecy is what means to say before.
Right.
Both sides said certain things were going to happen before they actually happened.
Right.
Like our captivity, slavery.
Yep.
That happened, man. You can't refute that. And
Right.
that's in the scriptures. So now you're dealing with things, in the future. All right, we're seeing this MOTB system and stuff like that coming into play.
Right.
The mark of the beast is about to be made mandatory. It's
Right.
prophecy.
And our apostles and elders been speaking on that for years.
Decades.
And now we're seeing it, man.
Yep.
Videos is showing it, man. Everything, how the society is operating, everything is going digital, man. Okay, hardly anything is manual anymore, man.
Nothing's like physical no more.
Right.
Hell no.
Oh, everything like when it's last thing I care. Everything has been digitized.
Right.
Everything has been input into a system by electronic devices in order to support this whole beat system. We're gonna be all digitized with all of the AI.
Yep.
It ain't nothing to be physical.
Yep.
Everything is all the area of the body, area of the thing. That's why nothing's physical anymore.
That's right, bro. That's why like we were speaking earlier about these Latin tribes. That's their bread and butter for many years out here. That manual labor.
Yep.
And once the workforce is like you're saying, it's clearly leaving the manual phase and going to the digital phase, man.
Yep.
So all that shit gonna get caught off. Now you tribes ain't gonna have that shit to fall back on, man. And that's when you really gonna see people's true colors. That's when motherfuckers gonna turn against one another, man. Families gonna turn against one another, okay? Because of all that hell, the lack of bread and great tribulation.
Yeah, man. That was it, brother? Oh, go ahead.
It says, but the Heavenly Father hath chosen the foolish things of
Of
the
the
world
world,
to confound the wise, and the Most High hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty.
Yep.
Yep.
Through what? Through the spirit of prophecy.
right.
That's like, they can't stop this, man.
That's right, bro.
Because
we ain't got no power in this society,
Hell
man.
no.
Okay,
Weak
we
as
have
hell.
no might in our hand,
Hell no.
That's why Jake is always crying about injustice here, man. Because why you think they can just pull over a Jake for any reason and gun him down and with no repercussions, man?
Right.
Because they know that we have no might in our hand. Man.
And according to how their corporation is set up
Right.
on these adhesion contracts,
Right.
you're a slave.
Right.
You're a slave, man. They can do
Right.
whatever the fuck they want to do to you.
Yeah.
Technically, you're just a product. We're chattel here.
Yeah.
Really? You're a commodity, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Real talk, man.
Yeah, bro.
This is a fact through your birth certificate, your social security number, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
This is a corporation.
That's right.
You belong to the Rothschilds, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, bro.
We're under what you call common law. We're trying to get back to God's laws,
That's
man.
right.
Fuck.
Yep. The true law.
Yeah, man. Serious stuff. Even Esau's bringing that out now.
Yeah.
And these are the things our beloved apostles and elders been saying for years.
Right. Yeah, bro.
The fuck about
that's-
this system, man.
And that's why the earth is in the state that it is in, because the laws of the Most High are not being followed, man. Okay? That's why, like the brother was saying earlier, that's why you look around, you see it's all fucking hazy out here, man.
Yeah.
The air is all fucked up, because this man, what he's going to say in Psalms, he casteth the words of the Lord behind him, man. Okay? He doesn't adhere to what the scriptures say, man. Okay? So therefore, that's why all these things are happening. And the Lord, he also said he's doing that for his elect's sake, man. All these things that's going on in the earth, the Lord is doing all this for his elect's sake.
Right.
Because time is short, man.
Extremely
So,
short,
you know what
man.
I'm saying? Like the brother saying, this ain't no joke, this ain't no game, man. Okay, shit about to start really getting bad out here real quick.
Right.
Yep. Isaiah 30 and 12.
Yeah, Lamar?
No, that was what I had to answer.
Isaiah 30 and 12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise his word and trust in oppression.
Right, and that's the problem. You despise this word, because like the brother mentioned, those incidents with the Northern Kingdom coming up, the brothers, that's because you despise this word.
Trust
You
and
know?
oppression,
And
bro.
trust and oppression. That's why these kids, like I said, man, Jacob be sitting there talking about, oh, I'll never sell out. The next thing you see this nigga Hugged up with Esau and shit.
Yeah.
With briefcase and shit. Virgo.
There's no hope in them.
Yeah, bro. Virgo. Yo, that's what Esau does, cause he know he can sniff these sellouts out, man. You know, he know the ones that's not gonna, because the Lord got that spirit. Yeah. Like the brother said, that's only reserved for the elect. The elect is not going to succumb to this bullshit out here. The scriptures say they love not their lives unto the death.
Yeah, man, and that's real.
You know,
because we have a thorough understanding, man, that this can't be life.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man, this ain't living.
You know what
we
I'm
have an understanding how our ancestors used to live. We want that back, man.
Hell yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? You're subject to a system.
Yeah.
So where you can't be a real man here, man.
Right. Yeah,
our ancestors they were real men. They owned land, cattle, crops, maid servants, men servants, and all that.
Yeah.
You're subject to your own whatever you got going on.
Bro.
We'll just keep you following the ways of the Lord.
Yep.
Got to go to no fucking job. Your job was what the Lord gave you. You wake up every morning, handle your business before your sheep, your herd, your crops, and all. No, that's what your job. You cultivated yourself, your family. So no, man, come on, man. Your own water source, all that shit.
That's right, bro. That's
you
right.
hear certain things like coming out of the mouth of Klaus Schwab, you
Right.
own nothing and be happy. That further puts you in that state of not being a man.
Yep. Right.
Because you're not going to have shit in this future society. You're going to be chipped up.
Yeah.
You're going to be totally controlled.
Right.
Through this system that he's bringing in, man.
Only
You're not going to have
only
anything. You're going to have anything.
Right.
You're not going to have any private businesses. All that
Nothing.
shit is going to be gone and done away with.
You ain't gonna have a private life.
Yeah.
Niggas wanna have a chip inside of you.
Yep.
Control your conscience, man. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So hell no, we don't love this shit. What? Now that you have children, what the fuck? They gotta go to their schools. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's why the power is in the boys. Brothers that have sons, you gotta plant the seeds early. The daughters, they gonna be like, what? No way. Because women are different, man.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm seeing a difference.
Yep.
You know, with the women, because, you know, they got to go to school and they're being taught this shit.
Yep.
You try to show them something, that's right there. They be like, daughter gets stuck, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, bro.
She's like, man, damn, it's going to go back. It's too much for them, man.
Yeah, bro.
See? So therefore, we're looking for a new heaven, a new earth where we're in control.
Yep.
Under Yahamashak Yahushai, man.
That's right.
The meek shall inherit the earth, man.
Yep. Right. Yep.
What the fuck? Hell no. Them niggas control the water and everything. What?
Yep.
Come on, man.
Yep.
They control it and then they poison it.
Then they poison it.
Yep.
Control your fucking food. Come on, man. They pretend like they like you. You're in a supermarket and the food is poison. It's a pretend world.
Yep.
And then there's certain markets now, it's coming out of Trader Joe's. It's been coming out, but a lot of that stuff at Trader Joe's is supposed to be more healthier than everything else. But a lot of that shit is genetically
Garbage.
modified.
Garbage.
Chemicals in it.
They keep pushing these energy drinks on us. This time, come on, man. Why? Niggas, people are tired.
Yeah, bro.
And that shit is poison.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Still here.
And we still here, right?
Yeah.
I just drink them Celsius and shit. I stopped it now.
Yeah.
Resort to beet juice and carrot juice and shit.
Yeah.
You know, green tea. But still, you drink it, you can still get tired.
Yeah.
All the shit are fucked up.
The fuck?
Being attacked.
Being attacked.
Yeah, bro.
So what the fuck? No, we want out of here, man.
Yeah.
We want Yahushai to come back and destroy this shit and deliver us, man.
Right. That's right. And that's in the scriptures too. They shall wear out the saints.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Through the grace of the Lord. That's why you can't be prideful in this thing.
Yeah.
Through the grace of the Lord, we receive this truth.
Yeah.
Through the grace of the Lord, you're still alive, nigga.
Right.
Through the grace of the Lord, our children are all right.
Yeah. That's right.
The fuck?
Yeah.
That's some real shit, man.
Yeah.
You gotta be, man, grateful and thankful every day. And still be vexed as fuck, like, fuck it, man.
Right.
Why do y'all bust me out shy?
Yeah.
The fuck,
Right,
man?
Homelessness is rising like a motherfucker
Yes,
right
yes.
now.
Yeah.
Even young people are having to live in their cars and shit, man.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It's a fucked up ass system right now.
Right.
You have to be whatever you have.
Exactly.
You can look up and it's a motherfucking roof there.
Be thankful.
God damn, just be thankful, man.
Yeah. That's
Especially
right.
if you got a job and the Lord is allowing you to constantly go and make
Yep.
that money to uphold that.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yep.
You can't,
Yeah, you gotta be thankful. You gotta be grateful.
man.
And you living with bros, be thankful. Everybody, like, you get your own shit. It ain't that easy.
Yeah.
In Cali, living on your own.
Yeah.
I'm very thankful to be living with brothers with like mine with no issues.
Yeah, bro.
The
They
fuck?
don't have no family.
Nobody got nothing.
Connections.
Nothing.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah, bro.
Everybody, you know, brothers got their room and whatever.
Yeah.
But why do you help us shoot me on shot, man?
Hell yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's the mentality that the Yahweh said to have, man. Be sufficient day unto day, man. You know what I'm saying? Pray this day for our day, for your daily bread.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's all we really need. Because this society is all about deceiving people. Oh, you gotta have this. You gotta have these cars. You gotta have this big ass house. You know what I'm saying? People get that's what people all are about, man. They get caught up into that web of deception. And then now it's coming out, like I said, a lot of these fucking celebrities, you know, entertainers, you know, they're broke. Okay, all that shit they've putting on these different platforms, showing these cars and shit. They don't even own that shit.
Hell no.
All that shit was all that where they lease. That's what they do.
They lease it.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a smart thing to do any fucking way. But the point is, that shit that they projecting, that shit is false, man. It's a false reality that they paint before you. So you can have that covetous mind. Oh, I want what that person got.
Yeah, so you can go sell your soul.
Right. You know, that's why this place, one of the many reasons why this place is gonna be destroyed, man. That pushes an evil vibration on the people, man.
So it goes back to what you're saying, trust and oppression.
Right.
People don't know that.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why, especially our women, they watch them shows and they see these dudes with these, you know, big ass chains on and shit. They driving all these luxurious cars. They think every man supposed to have it, man. And that's not reality, man.
And there's report a lot of single women with houses. Man, don't give a bro. Send me that video. A lot of single women. We don't give a fuck about no house out here. With a fucking high ass mortgage and all. We're men.
Right.
You don't need that much, man. You need all that shit.
Yeah.
Lay your head on.
Fuck. We're
Right.
men. Men are grunts. You know?
Right.
Fuck that shit. It ain't real.
Right.
It ain't yours.
People are coming out and complaining about how they bought a house and then now they having all these fucking problems with the HOA,
Right.
problems with the realtors and shit like that, trying to scam them,
Yeah.
stuff like that. You know, so it's not all that like
Hell
it's
no.
all cracked up to be. Man.
Hell no.
It's not all fancy and glitter
No.
and shit.
Right.
Once you get in that world of buying a house, it's
Nah, man.
if the more expensive it is, the problems is gonna come
More
with it.
problems.
Taxes,
Then in the neighborhoods, man, nobody be outside like that.
Yeah. Right.
High-end neighborhoods. Niggas not outside, man. Everybody inside. Bunch of weirdos, man.
I'm like, how's all these cars?
Yeah.
Like, go to the bro's house.
Yeah.
Like, ain't nobody left
Ain't
the house.
ain't nobody outside, bro.
Shame, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody outside.
What people doing?
Exactly.
Right.
Inside on their phone or being some fucking weirdos. You know? What kind of society is that, man?
Right. Yeah, bro.
Hell no. This is not.
Everybody-
That shit feels weird, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. All right. That show you too the state of this society. Because back in the day, people
Was
out
outside.
socializing. You know what I mean? You knew your neighbors and shit. You know the shit. You used to go to your neighbors' houses, man. But now shit is different now. These people, because this man got everybody, like I said, in that hamster wheel.
Yeah, the internet.
Also the internet too on top of it. You know what I'm saying? To go along with that because everybody's depressed. You know,
Yep.
a lot of people are broke.
Yep.
People fronting, acting like like everything's all good.
Yep.
Really, it ain't.
It ain't.
You know,
It ain't.
and that's what's it's gonna show when that explosion happens, when people fucking losing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And people don't think the people that's oblivious, they don't think that shit came out of nowhere. No, that shit been building up, man. Okay? That's why motherfuckers, I was telling the brother before we came out here, I can see people at my job, they on edge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially the Latin tribes, man. They ain't in that proud fucking
Right.
chest puffed up spirit anymore, man. Because now the Lord's putting that hell on their ass, man.
Yep.
You know?
Everybody escaped to that digital world now.
Yep.
All this shit going on, everybody in their phone. I left my phone at home and we were gone for like 10 hours. Man, it feels like good not having my phone. But I just realized everybody,
Yep.
because I went to took my kids to the jumping place, the indoor jumping place, all the men
They on their phone.
No situation, no
Situational awareness, yep.
No, not even checking on their kid. Nothing, just.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, these people are fucking
Going to
off.
zombies.
They, somebody come in and take their kid, they probably won't even notice it.
Yeah.
They in their phone. They're not in the same area where the kid playing at. They over there at the table, kid is 30 feet away, and somebody can just come in and take the kid away.
Yeah, that's why these traffickers, they win it. Like, they win it. Taking these children, kidnapping people. They fucking win it because people are out
That
here.
docile, man.
Yeah.
Hell no, it ain't that serious. Exactly. So this
Grown
place
ass
gotta
kids.
go.
Yeah,
This place
bro.
gotta go, man.
Yeah.
Get back to the script. Yeah. Get back to where you was at, Isaiah.
Yeah, Isaiah 30 and verse
12.
12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because you defy this word and trust in oppression
Hey.
and perverseness.
And perverseness.
Yeah. A lot of sick ass shit going on, man. You know, especially with our people, man. The higher up you go in society,
Yeah.
the more filth and perverse they are, man.
That whole shit with Cassie and Diddy. Damn.
Yeah, bro. That
crazy.
shit is, yeah.
Like, what the hell? Get
know?
pissed in the mouth? No, what the fuck?
Yeah, bro.
What's wrong with y'all niggas, man?
Yeah, bro. Those are perverse motherfuckers.
And Coach Diddy mom had a couple of demons and she was putting the food and stuff.
Yeah, Diddy's moms, yeah.
Like what's up, man?
Y'all some black Greek niggas coming back, man.
Shit is fucking nasty.
Fucking with the he-goat and the Punisher. Nah, you good, bro. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
bro. Fuck, man. That's what we were saying, how they got to defile themselves, man. You know, 'cause for him, he been in the limelight for a long time.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? He been around for decades, man. You know, at that height. You know what I'm saying? And all these dudes that's been there, that been that gatekeeper. You know, the Lord's getting ready to pull them all down, man.
Yep.
Okay? Because you can't sit here and perpetuate all this bullshit and think that you're gonna get away scot-free. You're not.
Right.
Okay? Esau not gonna get away scot-free, and you niggas ain't gonna get away scot-free, man. Those of you that sold out. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
And stay there on.
Yep, just stay there on. You know, though hand joining hand, you know, that ain't gonna stop the wicked from being punished, man. You're gonna go right along with this damn devil, man. Okay? Even though ultimately all Israel is gonna, you know, come back in the kingdom, they're gonna be in their right mind. But this is
Right.
the punishment the Lord got set for you right now, in this time frame, man. Okay, because you're gonna go out by torment. Lord gonna torment you, people, man. He ain't just gonna put you to death quick
Right.
and fast like that. He gonna torment the shit out you, man. Okay, he gonna make you feel that pain, man, that anger.
That's why I said Proverbs. He said he created the wicked for the days of evil.
Yeah,
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's what's rolling.
yeah, because Esau is the Lord's sword, man.
Yep.
Okay, and he's gonna use this devil to inflict that hell on you tribes, man.
Yup.
Well,
It's going to escalate.
Yep.
Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready
Yep.
to fall.
It's gonna blow up in your face, man. All that shit you doing is gonna backfire, man. All that shit you was perpetuating, it's gonna fall back on your ass.
Yeah.
Man. We seeing it on a little level with the
Diddy,
Diddler,
the diddler.
you know. But it's gonna get far worse as the time goes, man. Cause there's a lot of niggas. It ain't just him, you know. It's just that shit with those other niggas ain't come to the forefront though. It's coming though. The Lord gonna expose all them niggas, man. All these niggas that you just put on the pedestal,
Black
Okay.
excellence. Get the fuck
right? All
out
that
of here.
bullshit, you know. The Lord's gonna reveal to you how foul and disgusting these motherfuckers are, man. They said these are the people you look up to. This is the people you tell your sons and daughters to look up to, man. Okay. You constantly tell them you want to be great, you gotta be like these people right here. The Lord gonna expose all them niggas, man.
Yeah.
He's doing it, man. Okay?
Yup. Even in the sports world, people that you thought was somebody that got it a certain way, they like Kobe.
Yeah.
They set Kobe up without back in the days from that rape shit. That was a setup to control him.
Yeah.
To where they almost broke him, and therefore he pledged.
Yep.
Yep, he got down with the boule, man. Information
Yeah.
coming out.
Yeah, bro.
So everybody's fucking being controlled.
Yeah. That's right, bro.
LeBron, he's controlled.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
So it's serious, man.
That's right.
That's why you want to, you know what I'm saying?
That's right, bro.
Michael Jordan, all them guys, man.
Yeah. That's right.
And that's from famous individuals. They're all over
Right.
the fucking world.
Yeah.
In the political aspect of things, they're in the judicial system, the police force, the military. The initiation is to be Masons, man. You work your way up from there to be a Mason. Then the whole collegiate level is in black fraternities, man.
Yeah.
Black sororities. And then they got, you know, they pretty much invite you in.
Yeah.
Based upon your fucking your Greekness, your profaneness.
Yeah, bro.
There you go, being a demon, a tool for these international banking families, man.
Right, bro.
It's like 9 black sororities.
Yeah.
Is pretty much are hand in hand with these international banking families, man.
Yeah, bro.
And they called Divine Nine.
Divine Nine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fuck? All these motherfuckers are some sick, profane, sellout niggas.
Yeah, bro.
So the scriptures saying all that's gonna backfire, man.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
Yeah. And that's been going on for centuries, man.
Yeah, bro.
The first black sorority was set up in the 1900s, lead by W.E. Du Bois. Look at his picture. Wow, that's that's a cool nigga, man. And it was funded by Rockefeller, man. All this information is out there for you to research.
Right.
You wonder why you can't get, you a regular Jake trying to make it, you can't get certain way. There's a black Greek nigga behind closed doors trying to fuck your life over.
Right.
You go to the goddamn court system and the judge is a fucking black woman. That's a Greek bitch, man. Trying to fuck your life over. 6 foot thick bitch. Prancing around and shit. Looking at you like you ain't shit. To fuck your life over, man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's serious, man. They're everywhere.
You don't have a,
And they're doctors and all that. Okay, and this ain't nothing new. The first Maccabees, man.
First Maccabees, chapter 1.
Right, if you don't know, the Maccabean revolt was during the Greek Empire after what's his name? Alexander died, and his power was given unto his 4 generals. Okay, which was Edomites. The he-goat. That same he-goat is back. Now it became a global empire known as the Beast. All right? Go ahead.
So he said that. I'll start at verse 9. And after his death, they all put crowns. Oh, my bad. First Maccabees 1 and 9. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves.
Who? Alexander is to him. Go ahead.
It says, so did their sons after them many years.
2 generations, man. That's the same thing with Herod. There's more than one Herod. That's just a title. It was a dynasty from his sons to his grandsons, the Herodian dynasty. Okay, go ahead.
It says, so that their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth.
Yeah, around that whole area, which you know today as Asia, they were controlling, man. All the way to what you call Europe today. The Greeks, you know, they expanded their empire. Okay?
And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes.
Surname. Those are surnames they have. Those aren't their real names. They're Edomites. Okay? And information is coming out that Alexander linked with the other Amalekites, man, the first of the nations. Brothers was bringing that out. I was like, man, that makes sense.
Macedonian.
Yeah.
Macedonian was that part of Amalekite that was on that island of Greece.
See?
That would come up into power.
See? The first of the nations, man. It links up. I was like, wow. See? So the Lord is bringing all information out now through the mouth of the prophets, man. We ain't proud. We're just regular Jakes. You see us at the supermarket getting some chicken and shit. Hey, how you doing? But we got the top information in the world, man. Go ahead.
Son of Antiochus the king, who had been in hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks.
Yeah, it's BC time frame. Go ahead.
In those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
Yeah, and around that time was only predominantly the 3 main tribes, the Judah, Benjamin, Levi, man. Because prior to that, the Northern Kingdom already took out of the land.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, so it has some Northern in there, but it's predominantly the Negroid stock.
Right.
Fucking niggas, man.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Out of Israel, wicked men who persuaded many, saying, "Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen
Yep.
that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow."
Yeah, pretty much. We got conquered, and all that stuff. Bad things happened to us under the Greeks, man. But still, the Most High raised up men that kept the faith, zealous for the laws and all that. That's the Maccabee brothers, man. And the father Matthias. That's the same vibration we in. We surrounded all sides. We've been taken out of our land. All kinds of shit happened to us. And then that spirit that's on us, like, man, fuck that. I can't do that shit. A certain spirit that's within us, like, man, hell no.
Right.
That's of the Lord. Go ahead.
It says, so this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein.
So forward, like they be like, they out there with it. Like today, they got the different collegiate style of it. They got the different ceremonies. They got the dances. They overboard with it, man. They throw up the hand signals and all that stuff. They brag about it. They forward with it, man. A lot of NBA stars are with that. You know, Q Dogs and all that shit. They pledged.
Good name. Big John. He's a Omega.
You see? See, that shit making sense now. It's like, no way in hell. You know what I mean? That's why we met, hey, Troy, he was cool, but I was like, hell no. I don't know what these niggas into. It was pretty cool. We don't know what these dudes are connected to, man. Because he's from the Navy. A lot of them Masons are in the Navy. Fuck that shit, man. We some squares. Hey, I don't do nothing, bro. I'm gonna go home, bro. Nah, man. I don't want these bitches, man. I'm good, brother. I'm a nobody, bro. You know, trying to be cool and trying to start smart and break down the scripts on these niggas. I don't know nothing, cuz. I don't know nothing. Peace, brother. It was nice meeting you, my brother. You guys are fucking talented. You're funny. That's it, bro. Pull up out of here, man. Trying to be part of this world. Hell no, man. The fuck? Go ahead.
Says, then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
Yeah, just like today, the 1900s, the Rockefellers funded the first black fraternity. I forgot it's Alpha Phi Psi, whatever that shit is. Yeah, that's the same thing that happened back then.
Hellenized Jews.
Hellenized Jews.
They back today.
They back today, man. By the thousands. You know?
Yeah, then it goes on to talk about places of exercise that they built, the gymnasiums. That goes to gyms today. That goes back to the ancient Greeks, man.
Yeah.
The word gym goes back to the Greek word gymnos, which means naked. So that's why you got these women, you know, they walk around in the gyms, basically with their skin showing, their fat asses out, even though they got pants on. Skin tight ass attire, man. And it's getting to the point where people are despising that shit.
Yeah, man, that shit ain't cool, man.
That spirit is still out there because when you go to the bathroom, the locker room, motherfuckers eating my naked, man.
Bro. He might stay doing that shit, man.
That's that Greek shit, man. Can't be around these freaks, man. A bunch of freaks.
Yeah, bro.
You know? They try to what's the word I'm looking for, man? Now where they try to emasculate everything. Their agenda is to feminize all mankind, mainly Israel. They want to turn you into some goddamn sissies, man.
Yeah, bro.
On all levels, everything you can think of. And faggots is there, man. You're like, God damn, man, the fuck? You gotta threaten the ass, and nigga, I'll hit you with a shotgun, bitch. Blow your fucking head off, closed casket. Your mom's crying, nigga. It's balling. Fuck with me, man. Got a closed casket, a nigga, man. Blue. Fuck you, man. Fuck that. It's a bunch of sick motherfuckers, man.
That's right. That's what happened in the sports world too, with the athletes. Cause they all gotta be in the locker room. They all gotta be in the shower and shit. They see each other naked.
Yeah, man. That's off. They do this shit in the military as well.
Yeah.
Got you sitting nut to butt, everybody bunched up and shit. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Take showers and everybody, you know. Nah, man.
Yeah.
So that's part of that programming, man.
Yeah. That's right, bro. That's part of that perverseness.
That
man.
perverseness, man.
And then Jake take hold of that. So you think Jake?
They think that's normal.
They start doing that to
one another. They
Yeah.
think that's normal.
You know?
Like, come on, man, what's wrong with you?
Right. So I believe those fraternities, they have hazing.
Yeah.
They do hazing.
Yep.
To initiate members, man. That's how they do those initiations. Do those hazing.
Types of vile stuff, man.
Oh, shit, man.
Yep.
Verse 13. Isaiah 30 and 13.
What the hell?
Okay, Isaiah 30 and 13. Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, dwelling out in a high wall, who break and cometh suddenly at an instant.
Right, it's gonna come in instant, swift judgment, man. Okay, and that's what's happening right now with the northern tribes, man. With this whole ICE situation, man. Okay, and see, that's what happens when you put trust in your oppressor, man. Okay, thinking that you coming over here to this land. Okay, and we understand, you know, our people are catching hell where they coming from, you know. But when you come over here, you get fucking manipulated by this devil and
this whole system.
This whole system, and have them manipulate you and hating your own people, man. You know, because when you came over here, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and so-called Negroes was built this fucking what you see here, man. Okay, all under hardcore slavery, man. Okay, whipping our backs. Okay. Fucking butchering or murdering our children, man. Okay, and can do a fucking thing about it, man. Years and years of fucking perpetual hatred, man. Okay, even after slavery, man. During those different eras, Jim Crow and all these different eras, that was put holy hell on Jake, man.
Yep.
You know, our grandparents had stories, you know. Experiences that traumatized them for the rest of their fucking life, man.
See.
You know, things that happened to them when they was a child, and it affects them till they had gray in their head, man. You know, from that fucking oppression, man. You know, and then you come over here this time, and you got nerve to have an art with us, and you should know the history how this man slaughtered your people, man. You know. And it's still slaughtering, man. They came up with a new chart, a graph, statistic, how basically, which they don't even put in the news, the tribe of Gad, they getting gunned down by these police more than the so-called Negroes, man. And they don't even bring that out. You know, so the Northern Kingdom is catching hell, just like the Southern Kingdom is catching hell, man. But see, they don't put that in the media because they want that division, man. Which that's not going to work on the elect.
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying? We understand how, because we're not ignorant to Satan's devices, man, through these scriptures. You know?
100%.
But see, you tribes, you won't get caught up into all that bullshit. That's why y'all going back and forth, FBA, non-FBA, you know, all this dumbass, petty-ass bullshit. But at the end of the day, none of you got nothing to say against the so-called white man, Esau, man.
Right. Yeah, those are code words, FBA and everything, that was sent by the elites for them to chatter that shit.
Yeah.
Supposed to keep that division.
Yeah.
You ain't stupid, man.
Yeah.
Look, that shit wasn't there 3 years ago.
Right.
All right.
Right.
People don't use research. Yeah, people's not using common sense.
Yeah.
Where the fuck this shit came from?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Come on, man.
Right.
Yeah, because they seen that this was on the rise.
Yeah.
Right.
That this was making noise, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know, Jake,
right.
Judah, and Israel was coming back together through the word. That's bones in his bones. That's
right. Yep.
So Esau's going to do any and everything that he can do. Possibly it's not going to work, but he's going to try to make the effort to try to quell this, man.
Yep.
Try to stop
Effort.
this.
That's why Vocab went to London and shit. On a world tour.
And it's correct because, like the brother said, Esau will send his hell hounds against us, against their own. Send the dogs after them, man. Hey, I need you to do this, do that, keep them coming together, man.
Right.
So, come on, man.
Right. It's not working. It's not working when it comes to this truth, man.
Yeah. And it ain't even about the masses of Jake anyway. It's only about the elect.
Right.
That's it. That's all that
So
matters.
if a nigga want to stay black, then they just gonna stay black.
Right.
That's the delusion that the Most High wants them to remain in.
But the point is, right, but the point is, all these Israelite groups, except one particular one, fuck GOCC, we stand upon we are those tribes.
That's right.
IUIC standing on that, ISUPK standing on that, GMS #1 standing on that. Any other group out there, that's what we standing on, that we are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right.
So we're like, everybody like, what the hell? So who are those people in that land?
Exactly.
That's the main thing we standing on.
That's right. That's the main. That's why they. That's what the main thing that they're attacking this truth, because of the 12 tribes part. Because that's stirring up. Like the brother said, people ask the question: Are these are the people, Lord? And who are the people over there in the land of Israel right now? You see, and that's why they. That's why this word is a threat unto them. Because everything, us being out here, is showing you everything that this society is built upon is lies, man. Okay, which through this word, we're like I said, we're breaking down those strongholds, man.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, starting at 1. It says, the subheading says, the necessity of God's judgment against Israel.
Man,
Necessity, it's a necessary thing.
necessary evil, man.
That's right.
Jay gotta get judged,
That's
man.
right, bro.
It says, verse 1, hear this word that the Lord Yahweh has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Like so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Go ahead.
Right. And so Amos mainly a prophet of the north.
Right.
But you go into that, but it still applies to today.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It says, against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt.
Yep.
Yeah, the whole family.
Yeah.
It says, you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
Right.
Yep.
We're people near unto them, like it says in Psalms, man.
Yep.
The saints are the Israelites, man. The Lord separated us from all these other nations. Go ahead.
Yep.
It says, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Yeah, because he made it the covenant with us.
Yep.
The covenant was given unto the nation of Israel.
Yep.
The covenants and the promises.
Yep.
The laws and commandments.
That's right.
So that's why we're in this predicament.
That's right.
That's why you Jacob's again jacked up is going to continue to Jacob's trouble.
Yep. That's
All
right.
right? And there's also a controversy of Zion.
Yep. That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
I think that was it.
Yeah, because I had you bring that, because see what the northern tribes going through right now. You know, that's that reminder, man. You know, he's going to punish you for your iniquities, man. Because like the brother said, was going into earlier, y'all heavy into that idolatry, man. Okay, and the Lord got brothers out there from the northern tribes that speak in Spanish to so-called Latinos, let you know the error of your ways, man. Okay, so now you have no excuse. This information is being brought to your attention, man. Okay, and you choosing to ignore it, that's going to be to your detriment, man. Okay, because at the end of the day, all we doing is this message that's in the scriptures, man. All we doing is reading out the Bible, man. Okay, so when you have a problem with this thing, you really got a problem with the Lord, man. Okay, because the Lord ain't gonna come down here himself. Okay. It says that in Amos 3:7, he will do nothing, but he revealed his secret unto his servants, the prophets, man. Okay? And this is a mystery to the masses, man. You know, that's why everybody can't understand this. This is highly a spiritual thing, man. You know, the average human, okay, the average person walking out here can't perceive what's in this book, man. The Lord only reserved that for a small remnant. Okay? See, and we let you know why all these things are occurring, man. Okay, that's why Esau wants to shut down these platforms. Because now you even got people in the world that's exposing how corrupt the society is, man. You know, on all levels, man. You got Edomites speaking up against this damn society,
Hell
man.
yeah.
Crying out at how fucking corrupt this place is, man. You know, because everybody's waking up to the fact that this place is indeed a dream, man. It's not real. It's a false vision, man.
A false sense of hope.
Yep.
A false sense of prosperity.
Yep. Get the Isaiah 65. Start from the top.
Didn't you want something in Isaiah 28?
Yeah. Hold on.
Isaiah 55:1.
Yep.
I have thought of them that ask not for me.
And let's talk about the people on this sign. You Israelites, go ahead.
I am found of them that thought me not. Block it. I am found of them that thought me not. I said, behold me, unto a nation that was not called by my name.
And like in Proverbs, in the first chapter, the Lord said He stretched forth His hand, no man regarded. That's you rebellious ass Israelites, man. Okay, if the Lord has risen up his prophets to come out here and let you know, hey, this is why we're in the position we're in, because we sinned against the Lord. Repent, okay? Come up out of all this wickedness out of here, man. Get your life together, man. Turn back to the Lord, right? Go ahead.
I have spread out my hand all the day unto a rebellious people.
Right, and our people are rebellious. Okay, still till this very day, after all the ass kicking, foot putting up your ass, man, all this destruction, all this hell that came upon you, you still rebellious as hell, man. So that's why the Lord, He's bringing this is going to be, like the scripture say, a time like no other, man. This ass kicking is going to be different, man. Like Jake said, it's going to hit different. Okay, you know. And this is going to be the final go-round, man. Go ahead.
I have spread out my hand all the day unto a rebellious people, which walking in a way that was not good.
Right, in the ways that you walk is not good for you. It's not profitable unto you, man. You're doing harm to yourself, man. You know, and we can see it, man. You can see it on Jake's countenance, man. Okay, these people that have been in the sports world, the entertainment world, at one point they had a glow to them. You see them years later, they like, fuck, what the fuck happened to this guy, man?
Yeah, LeBron James, you can't retire.
Yeah, bro.
When they retire, he pull his number. I guess that was part of his sacrifice.
Yeah.
He's on steroids and shit, man. He's done.
Yeah,
That's why his women don't look happy.
Right.
That's why he don't want to retire, because he knows.
Yeah, bro.
He can't play forever, though, bro.
Yeah,
Right.
smoking it there.
Yeah. But see, that's what happened. See what that trust in Egypt would do to you?
Yeah.
You know, because in the beginning, everything seemed cool. It seemed fine, you know. You're getting all the praise and shit. You're getting all these luxurious things. Then after a while, you know, it becomes bitter.
Yep. You
becomes
sold
a
out for
burden.
nothing.
Yeah, bro.
Just stayed in Cleveland, did your thing, and retired, bro.
Yeah,
But
bro.
you want to be this fucking, nah, motherfucker. It's only one Michael Jordan, bro.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? And it's happening. All this is happening in real time now, man. Because now, like I said, through this internet, you can actually watch these people's lives play out in real time, man. You know, whereas back in the day, you know, like I say, everything used to be rumors. You would hear certain things here and there. But now you get to see these motherfuckers get do lives. They actually talk to people that follow them, man. You know? So now that's why, what do you think that does to these people's ego, man? You know, you constantly putting them on a pedestal, you know? Like LeBron James, they uplifted this dude before he even played in the fucking NBA. He was in high school.
Yeah.
And they was already praising this dude, man.
King coming.
You know?
Yeah, man, he was just fast as hell and he can dunk.
Right.
Nothing special. Like, all right, he's big and, you know, he had no crossover like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He
bro.
didn't have a bag.
Yeah, like,
That's
Right.
just what it is, man. But we all knew when they pushed out propaganda, that's when you know somebody's set up.
Yeah.
he's set
Okay?
up.
That's how you know.
Yep.
But you know, people are so blind.
Yeah.
It's whatever, man.
Yeah, he
That's
was
right.
doing no crazy shit
Right.
like Jordan or, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
bro.
Crazy crossover like Iverson, you know?
Yeah.
He was a big nigga that just body you and dunk on your ass.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, bro.
It is what it is, man.
Yep. Shut up and dribble.
Yep, shut up and dribble.
Yep. Go ahead, bro.
Yep. It said, read again, I have spread out my hand all the damn to a rebellious people,
Yep.
which walketh in a way that was not good after their own thoughts.
After their own thoughts. You know, what Jacob said, I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna do my thing, you know?
Yeah,
And
right,
we're
man.
just doing your own thing.
Get you
to
nowhere,
it,
man.
Nowhere with that.
That's why a lot of our people, our niggas is in prison, man. Trying to do them, which is wickedness, man. Okay? Because like I said earlier, their mind is, you know, geared in, it's in that capitalist mindset. You know, they gonna fuck whoever they gotta fuck over to reach that height in their mind, because they think they're being successful. Okay, because they got certain riches here, man. Which the scriptures call it deceitful riches, man. You know, because when all hell breaks loose, all these FRNs you've been setting your mind to, all that shit's being devalued as we speak.
Right. Uncertain riches.
Uncertain riches,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. Uncertain. Well, that means it's not certain.
Right. Right.
Why
You know?
trust in it, you know?
Right, which goes like what we were saying earlier. This shit is temporary, man.
Yep.
All right, nothing is certain here in this place, but destruction. That's certain. You certain to be destroyed here. That's about certain as it is. You know, outside the elect, man. You know. Go ahead.
And people that provoked me to anger continually.
Continually, you provoke the Lord to anger, man. The Lord is not pleased with you tries, man. Okay? Because now, like I said, Lord, he got this information coming to you, man. Now you're being told, hey, this is all. Eating pork, that's all, man. That's wicked. Okay? Sleeping with your neighbor's woman is wicked, man. Okay? Getting tattoos, you know, praying to these false idols. Okay? All that is evil, man. Those are offenses and sins against the Lord, man. Now these things are being brought to your attention, man. But you still continue in these things, man. So that's when these judgments come. Ain't gonna be no pity for you motherfuckers, man. Go ahead.
Yep. And people that provoked me to anger continually to my faith that sacrifices and guarding.
That's what a nigga will do too. A nigga will provoke you, man. What you doing? You know, doing all types of bullshit. But when it comes to the oppressor, they ain't got none of that energy, man. They always got that energy against their own. You know, which goes back, you know, to that's part of the curses that fell upon them. You know, Israelites shall have an evil eye towards his brother, man. You know, even all women. You know, vice
Hell
versa.
yeah, man. The American black woman
Yep.
has been engineered
Yeah, bro.
to destroy her own, man.
Yeah, bro.
That bitch is a tool,
Yep.
generation to generation.
Yep.
Been engineered, even to hate. Oh, there's one little TikTok video. This chick fucked up, man. She said, "You West Indians think y'all so lit."
Oh yeah.
This is a stupid bitch. She said, "Y'all West Indians think y'all so lit. What do you guys bring to us? Just Nicki Minaj and Oxtail? Oh, they light her up, bro. That's the average American black man. That's how they think. A project bitch.
Yeah.
Not knowing we're related.
Yeah.
That's how fucked up in the head. People just enlightening like, bitch, what are you, stupid? What's wrong with you, man?
Yeah.
Talking about y'all food in, all that. What kind of food Esau make you motherfuckers eat over here and produce? Some hamburgers and hot dogs?
Shitlins.
And shitlins and shit? The fuck? That's what the bitch said. And oxtail is good, man. Even though it's from slavery.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's better than some goddamn shitlins, man.
Right.
Yeah, way better. Yeah.
Way better. I'm like, what the fuck you talking about, man?
It's lawful too.
Project bitches like the worst.
Yeah, worst species created.
YN, bro.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell are you talking about? Like, what state this bitch live in, man?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's the average black, so-called American black woman
Yeah.
that's raised over it. She don't know nothing.
Yeah, bro.
You don't know a damn thing. You got a lot of so-called black men that's raised like that too, because she produced offsprings. When they meet their cousins, Benjamin and Levi, we lit. We all lit. We lively.
Yeah.
They'll start looking at you side, they hating on you and shit. Who do you think he is? That's feminine, bro.
Right.
You know, we here to learn from one another.
Yeah, bro.
We are lit. We're fucking lively as hell. Jamaicans are loud as fuck. That's a fact, man.
That's right, bro.
Niggas will play dominoes and just come slapping the table and throwing shit over. It's lively as fuck. Every event where you're like, I'm out, bro.
That's right, bro.
You know?
That's right. Yeah,
A ravenous wolf.
every tribe they action.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Lively as hell. You're like, God damn.
You know what I'm saying? You know, but here, see, in America, they push out those things to divide us, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But they don't want us to know that we the people.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the Lord got that, he reserved this for that small remnant.
For a small remnant.
You know what I'm saying? Because the majority of our people, no matter how clear we speak, no matter how eloquent we break it down, you know, if the Lord don't want them to get it, they're not going to get it.
Not gonna
man.
get it,
Right.
man.
You know, that's why it's foolish. You know, like the brother said, guys, come on, trying to sound all deep. Look, all that shit don't mean nothing, man. If the Lord don't want a certain individual to understand it, he's not going to understand it.
Right.
You
Hell
are
no.
shit, man. They're not going to understand it.
He said it himself, unto them not given.
Yeah.
Unto
Not
you
given.
is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
Yep.
Exactly, bro.
Right.
See, I said it, man.
Plain and simple, bro.
How you call it, brother? Initiated soul?
Yeah, initiated, mysterion. Yep.
Yep.
Initiated souls
Right?
that's been predestinated, preordained to receive this truth. Those are the ones that's being risen up.
That's right.
Now you ignorant motherfuckers who still call yourself African American or black, or even calling yourself Caribbean
Right.
or West Indian.
Right.
That's all fucking misnomers. It doesn't exist.
Right.
It doesn't exist, man.
That's right, bro.
You understand?
That's that confusion.
Yep. That division.
State.
Yeah.
Realizing that you're the people of the Lord, man.
Yeah, exactly. Even that one Jake that was bringing out the stuff about the fraternity, he got more videos up. He got a video. He went to a lot of stuff. He also mentioned that how the term Africa came about. I was like, wait a minute, and he said it. He said after the Second Punic War, a Roman general named Leo Scipios Africanus conquered that region from Hannibal and all them different people, which were Jakes, and named that place Africa. I was like, wow. And where did we learn that first? The apostles and the elders, man.
That's right, bro. That's right.
You see that?
Yeah.
People don't even know that part.
Right.
So you call yourself Caribbean, what the fuck is that?
Right.
Yeah, what is that?
That's right.
Yeah, what is, you know what I'm saying? West Indian, yeah.
Yeah.
Calling yourself Haitian, what is that? It doesn't exist. Division, and then you have everybody from the tribe of Benjamin, from the Caribbean, have their own different flags from different countries, and that's part of the colonizers' flags.
Yep.
You know, you got Jake from Belize with an accent. That's Benjamin and shit. They don't like. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
So the Lord is gathering the elect out of all that, man.
That's right, bro.
So we're one people. We're cousins.
Yeah, bro.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that shit is over.
Yep. And he said, the scripture say they made lies or
Their refuge, yeah.
Yeah, because all of those names, those are lies. That's not who we are.
Exactly.
Right. You know, that's why Jake look at each other and think they different people. When in reality, we one nation, man.
Yeah.
That's why the Lord said put them on one stick.
Yep. From
You
one
know?
stick to gather the elect.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For the small remnant, man. Because we understand the majority of our people, they're not on this frequency.
Wavelength.
They're
Yep.
not going to come together. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, they do come together. It's not going to be in the spirit of the Lord, man. You know? Bring that out real quick, bro.
This is the book of Isaiah 28, and start at 15. It says, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death.
It's like the brother read earlier during the
Sellouts,
time
man.
of Antiochus Epiphanes. The wicked ass niggas, they made a covenant with the heathen.
Red and black lumber.
Okay? It's just like now today, our people are still making a covenant with this damn devil, man. Okay? So you making a covenant with death, man. Okay? And you sell your people to death, man. And you perpetuate that behavior where it becomes a fucking cycle, man. You know? But like we said, it's really for you wicked ass niggas, man. Because the elect is not going to be caught up in all that, man. Right. Go ahead.
We have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement.
Oh,
Right.
man.
And
Damn.
when you look at these a lot of these artists, the contracts, them contracts they be
Fucking
signing,
ridiculous,
it's
man.
crazy, bro. You know? And they got documentaries showing like decades how this music industry been fucking these artists over, man. You know, to where a lot of these artists, they be doing things behind the scenes that get them put to death. You know, them trying to get they publishing, they royalties and all that.
Right.
You know, and they don't understand because some of them do, but that's how dangerous these motherfuckers that run these record labels are, man. Because they got fucking hitmen and all type of motherfuckers on their payroll to take these motherfuckers out, man.
Yeah, that's what they said recently happened to Angie Stone. She was on video complaining about her music and how she wasn't getting paid properly and stuff like that. Next thing you know, she pops up dead. Everybody else that came out survived in the van. She was the only one that died. And the fucking van rolled over. It was a fucked up scene. But she was the only one that died in there.
Yep.
Things that, it's mysterious type shit, man.
Yep. It's no coincidence, man. How you got all these artists for decades, all these, especially these big time artists, they just wind up dead and shit. You know what I'm saying? All the especially when it's always over their publishing, man.
Right.
You know? That ain't no coincidence because that's what happens when you make a covenant with this damn devil, man.
Yeah.
You're making a covenant with death. You selling your soul, man. And for what? You know? What that nigga Kanye West said?
Sold my soul for a happy meal.
Right.
I mean, it was a crappy deal, but at least it came with a few toys like a happy meal.
Right.
Idiot.
You know?
Idiot.
Right.
And his last album is trash, man.
All this shit now is trash. That nigga's a weirdo.
Yeah, bro. You know?
That's why last week that Jake came up, we was out there in Sherman Oaks. They want to like incorporate Kanye West and what's his name? Fuck them niggas, man.
Oh yeah,
We're not dealing, Kyrie. We're not dealing with half truths.
Right.
Dealing 100%. We deal 100% truth. You're not gonna be rich and famous in this world, man.
Right.
Yeah, bro.
What are you talking about? We don't want none of that. Cause look at Kanye West chick. You gotta walk around with the big ass titties. Titties always out, man.
Yeah.
That's that. Yeah, like, that bitch always naked. Like, what the fuck is that, man?
Right. That shit is sick.
It's some sick shit. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, bro.
So you think his mother's happy? He sacrificed her for that?
Right. Right, bro.
I don't know, like father, like mother, man. I went out the door. So when you become into masonry and all that stuff, you gotta go against the laws of the Most High, man.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta make oaths and all that against the Yahweh Shemiel Shah.
Yep.
So that's the covenant unto death.
Yeah, bro. The perverseness, man.
Yeah, you sign your life away, blood oaths and all that sacrifices until you die.
Yeah, bro.
Yup.
Yep, it's a covenant with death.
Yeah,
Yep.
you see the countenance, man. You can see like when you look at that dude was fucking bugged the fuck out.
Bug out, man.
You know. Then when he had that little rant on Twitter where he talking about he sucked his cousin off.
Yeah.
You know, that goes to show you that you know when that's what happens. That scene in Sinners, it was a scene. Even though I was trying to watch that fucked up copy, but one of the scenes, the father told his son like, you keep dancing with the devil, one day he gonna follow you home. You know what I'm saying? Because he was telling his son that because you know back then Jake was doing that gospel music. You know they were supposed to, they think that was singing about the Lord, and he started going to the secular music, you know, like the blues and all that. He said, yeah, but see what y'all talking about, you talking about sinning pretty much. You know, and that's the same thing today with this music because when you hear Jake in his music, you hear the lyrics. What are they talking about? They're talking about sin, murder, and they are. Who is they are? They own people. You know, people that look just like them, man. You know, it's because if you rap about doing that to Esau, you ain't gonna, your shit ain't gonna see the light of that, man. You know.
So going back, Isaiah 28:15, because you have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement.
Yeah,
With the
they're in
overflow-
agreement with hell, with this condition.
Yeah,
You know, the way things are. The Esau being in rulership, people getting fucked over. They get down with the old satanic practices, human trafficking, pedophilia,
Right.
adrenochrome.
Right.
God damn, they
that's
down
why-
with that shit.
Yeah, that's why you got the so-called Epstein list, right?
Yeah.
It's a whole big-ass list just full of celebrities.
Yeah,
man.
Jakes.
All type of famous Jakes, people that you people in the world have put on a pedestal,
Yeah.
looked up to, they are so-called idols or whatever,
Yeah,
movie
vile.
stars, rappers, you know,
Vile.
presidents, politicians.
Yep.
They all
Vile.
on that so-called Epstein list, man.
Vile.
They've been to a certain
Yeah,
area
bro.
in the world where they get to go on this so-called secluded island, all right,
Right.
and freak off with children.
With children.
Perform
Right.
satanic rituals.
Vile, man. Vile.
Yeah, bro.
Crazy.
Right, bro.
Torture children and drink their blood, man. Vile.
Yeah, bro.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yup.
This shit is in depth, man. It's crazy.
That's right, bro.
But we understand these things must be because it's coming out.
Yeah.
And Esau needs that blood.
yeah.
He needs those organs. So, you know,
Yep.
that's how that's how, oh man, that's how base he is.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, he's a fucking parasite. He's a vampire.
Vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
So that's why the Lord created certain souls that was born in vain for these torturous things, man. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, bro.
It makes perfect sense. So you going back counting your blessings, like
Hell
damn,
yeah.
shit
Yeah.
fucked up, but I ain't that fucked up.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah, bro.
different levels of hell, man.
Yeah, bro. And that's what they got to deal with
Yeah.
in that world.
Yeah.
You know,
You rather deal with this kind of hell.
Right, bro.
You know?
They gotta drink blood and shit like that. Sacrifice their family members and all
Yeah,
kinds of
man.
crazy ass shit, you know?
Yeah.
What, bro?
Bestiality.
Yeah.
You gotta murder a baby, man. You gotta murder children. You gotta murder a baby, man.
Sacrifice.
Freak off with a baby. Niggas are not right.
Yeah, that's some same spirits that got taken over in the ancient days. I think in the Book of Kings, you know, we started worshiping Moloch and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah, sacrificing children to Moloch.
Yep.
That's some same spirits because Jake started going off.
Yep. That's
You
right,
know,
bro.
giving over to them different gods.
That's right.
Jeroboam, even, you know, King Solomon started going left, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, see, that's why the Lord gave us law, statutes, commandments. That's what separated us from these heathen, man. Because the
Yeah.
heathens was that's the
Very
way of the
profane.
heathen, man.
Yeah, that's the
You
ways
know?
of the heathen.
That shit is
Goes
very-
back to them Canaanites, them Hamites,
Yep. Yep.
those
very
Egyptians.
profane.
Because when we came out of Egypt, the Lord gave us those laws because the Egyptians, certain laws told you, laws of morality, not to sleep with your parents.
Yeah.
You know, things of that
Yep.
nature because the Egyptians, we been doing that, man.
Hell yeah, yep.
Hamites, that's what they do.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, they fathers a woman. All there's some laws there, like whoa,
Yeah, bro.
straight out of Egypt.
Yeah.
The Lord gave us the laws and commandments.
Yeah, bro. That's right. You know what I'm saying? That
Straight
was
out of
civilized, you know?
Compton, straight out of Egypt, man. The Lord gave us the laws and the commandments
That's right.
to be civilized.
Yeah, bro.
Right.
And you had to recite it twice.
Yeah.
You had to do it twice. That's what Deuteronomy, if we do means the second book of the law.
Yep.
They had to basically recite it again because of all them other jakes that ended up dying off after being out there for 40 years. All them, the younger ones that stayed before they entered into the, pretty much when they got
Yeah,
into the
man.
land.
So it's a serious ordeal.
Yep. Yep. It's being recited now again. You know what I'm saying? Because the ways of the Lord are forever, man. Okay, all eternity. In the kingdom, you know, we're gonna be perfect. But these other
Right.
nations, they're gonna have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments as well, man.
Right. It's like this whole thing, after this, you give it right back.
Yep.
The whole shit with Cardi B and that football player. Why the hell this nigga, I think he's like 60 mil. You dealing with a Cardi B. There's something satanic going on.
Right. Yeah.
To go to that, like, what the fuck, that don't make no sense.
Yeah.
Never heard this nigga in my life.
Right.
All of a sudden now he's with Cardi B, his name is out there. I'm like, yo, is this some type of ritual? Like, you couldn't get another bitch? You know?
Yeah.
So that's probably, that's what they do. You know?
While she was pregnant, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this shit is crazy. So, if you think it's evil, man,
Yeah, bro.
that's part of our lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yo, they be saying, man, a dude that's handsome and built, like, they have no blemishes, they have a lot of demons, man.
Yeah.
Absalom, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Them
No
handsome
flaw.
ass niggas, no fuck. Them niggas is demons, bro.
Yeah.
They deal with a lot of demonic shit.
Yeah, bro.
That shit is real, man.
Yeah.
I'm happy for my flaws, man.
Hell yeah, bro.
Shit. Perfect looking niggas, man. Them niggas demonic, bro.
Yeah, that humility. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because You got that, like the brother said. You ain't
Them
got no
women
control.
deal with that, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Fine ass women, beautiful exterior, they're demonic as fuck. They fucked up in the head.
Yeah, lady, when you Instagram say that she had the most prettiest bitches, they are the craziest ones.
Yeah. So they ain't even for the meals. Right? Hell nah, man. This nigga, something going on with this nigga, man.
They gotta be perfect, like she was saying all the female. They gotta make sure their head is done right and stuff.
Beauty
That's
is
like
vain.
pretty boy. They gotta make sure they got their curl popping.
And that's the vibe I get off that nigga, man. That nigga, man, there's something up with this nigga. Yeah.
Pretty boy in fucking
I hate them niggas,
like
man.
in high school, they was like on the football team. I hated pretty boy, man.
Hate them niggas, man.
They was all
What the fuck is wrong with
self-centered and all
Yeah. Fuck out of here, man. I'm with my ugly friends, man. My ugly homeboys, man.
They make sure their knee pad was perfect.
Yeah, everything got to match and all that shit.
Like all tight, all nice
man.
and deep. I was like, this nigga's boring.
This shit's feminine, man.
about to play football, man.
Feminine, man.
And they wear these pop top shirts and the girls be sticking out.
Yeah, man. Niggas are faggots. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. Like in Isaiah 28:15, it says, with hell are we at agreement, when the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us.
And that's and they actually believe that, man. When they sign these contracts, become billionaires, multi-millionaires, ain't nothing gonna happen to them, man. That's a damn lie.
Escape.
Yep, you ain't escaping these curses, man. Like there's one particular group got the women think they can escape these curses.
Right.
You can't. All you can do is to do the best you can for your husband.
Right.
You gotta formulate no group and all that shit. I'm like, yo, these niggas, you can't.
Bro.
You gotta deal with them thoughts, man. You know?
That's like those fraternities and sororities. They really believe because they become a part of those things that they're gonna be shielded from the judgment that's gonna come, and they're not. They're not gonna be shielded from that scourge, man. Okay, because like it says in the Apocrypha, man, you're gonna be tormented, man. Okay, but those that have loathed my law while they had liberty shall dwell in torments, man. You're gonna be tormented. Lord gonna make you feel that pain, man. Okay, I'm talking about you rebellious ass Israelites, man. Okay? Especially those of you that know that you're Israelites and you out here leading people astray. Okay. You're going to be beaten with many more stripes.
Yeah. That's right.
Go ahead.
It says, it shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge.
Yep. All that shit, like we were saying, all the so-called culture that Esau that brainwashed you with, that's what you made lies your refuge. Speaking of that Christianity, plantation Christianity, man. Okay? All those things are going to be to your shame, like you read, like Brother read earlier in Isaiah. It's going to be to your shame, man, that trusting in the shadow of Egypt. Okay? So that's the history of our people here in Babylon. It's all a much greatness as Jake has done in this society. A lot of it is dark, man. You know, the oppression of our people. That's the main portion that we've dealt with in this society, man. Right. It's being oppressed here, man. This has been a bitter experience for us, man. You know?
A little bit more. It says, for we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves.
Yeah, falsehood, man. You know, and you hide yourself in that shit, man.
Yeah, the Greek fraternities and all that.
You know,
you're a Freemason. I think they say that the dudes say that Kobe Bryant sold out, made a place to the Thelema Society or some shit like that. Some satanic shit he was was talking about, man.
Yeah, bro.
You know, under the boule and all that crap. They made lies your refuge, man.
Yeah, bro. Like I said, Jake brag about that shit, man.
Yeah, I remember when the dude Shaq had that big ass Masonic ring on national TV. I was like, they're not worried about Shaq big ass, man. They worry about the prophets.
Right.
They got that nigga, man.
Right.
Yeah, man. They ain't worried about you Mason niggas, man. Jay-Z's and all that.
That might be MK Ultra.
Yeah, man.
There was a whole bunch of niggas that was showing a compilation. They would just freeze. They was right there.
Yeah.
Now doing
They probably got that Neuralink in their ass, man.
Yeah.
They probably do.
Yep.
They already got them chipped up.
Yep.
Something's up with them niggas.
Yeah, bro. They already chipped up, man, I believe.
Down with the system.
Yeah, down with the beast.
And that's like what Morpheus told Neo in the Matrix, man. You know, everybody's a potential agent.
Hell yeah. That shit is real, man.
Yeah, bro.
As the layers, the depths of the layers expose, you like, man, I don't want to, man.
Yeah,
I
bro.
don't want to talk to nobody, but you know,
Yeah, bro.
we got the spirit of the Lord, and, you know,
that
but
discernment.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause
damn.
Esau got agents. It's agents out here everywhere, man. They're you know, agent provocateurs. That's why you got demons that try to provoke you.
Yeah,
You know what
even
I'm
at the
saying?
gym, you like, man, this nigga, what the fuck,
Yeah,
man?
bro. It's not just motherfuckers. It's not just motherfuckers that go to protests and rallies. These
Yeah.
motherfuckers in your neighborhood.
Yep.
They're at your job.
Yep.
Okay.
They on the freeway with
Right.
Yeah, on the freeway
You know?
trying to kill your ass.
You know, they all over the fucking place, man.
Facts.
You
In
know?
the hospital, you know, at the hospital, trying to, hoping you fall asleep.
Yeah. Bro.
Take your seeds out, take you out.
Yeah.
You know, oh, that's why I want the beloved brothers that got got stabbed a couple of weeks ago. They trying to give the brother a blood transfusion,
Yeah.
not knowing how dangerous it is. And it was beautiful. The Holy Spirit stepped in to where I got the phone call from beloved Apostle Rakah. Shalom to that beloved apostle and the brother Sha'ar in Dallas, and I was explaining to them what happened. And I told him about the blood transfusion. Immediately, Apostle Rakah, hey brother, make sure you tell that brother, do not do that. He emphasized, I was like, no problem. As soon as I got off the phone, I called that brother, I said, hey bro, they trying to make you a blood transfusion. He's like, yeah, man. I said, don't do that shit. Apostle Rakah said, yo, they're gonna try to kill that brother. I said, okay, no problem. And lo and behold, they was trying to give that brother a blood transfusion. He had to sign the paperwork not to do it. Yeah.
You don't know what else they could have been putting in that.
And that's the point. That's the point. You see what I'm saying? They're everywhere, bro.
Yeah. Never trust our
And,
enemies.
yeah, so they trying to cut the brother, that ain't work. Or we gonna get him through the blood transfusion. See that, man? This is a serious ordeal.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can easily rebuild your red blood cells.
That's what he was saying.
Through green juice and beet juice.
Exactly. That's what the elder was saying, the apostle. Because the brother lost a lot of blood.
Yeah.
You know? But it hit, if it would have hit a vein, yeah, he probably would have bled out. You know, that right there on the spot. But good thing, Jake that was working with him was an ex-Marine. He applied a tourniquet to stop the bleeding. That's what a tourniquet does, to stop the bleeding. If the brother wasn't there, it was a Jake. The brother would have passed away, man. Because even though it hit an artery, that's what I meant to say, artery, it did hit a tissue. You know what I'm saying? Could bleed out a lot. So, all praise y'all about Shimmy Shine, man. Brothers, how serious this is, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
It's crazy how he said the Jake that was just started working there, man. It's prime Marine that was I think he was dealing with some guys that deal with the medical aspect, but they out there with the grunts. What they call them again, bro? You remember? Nah, they had a special name for him. I think that's what his job was.
Like a field medic.
Yeah, like a field medic. No, not a corpsman. It's like a field something.
Like a field medic.
Yeah, they out there with the soldiers, the grunts, to patch you up just like that.
Yeah, my cousin did that.
Yeah. But they got the hospital and they got the ones that be in the field. You know? Go ahead.
Yeah, that's perfect timing.
Yeah. See that, man? The Lord got us, man. So
Yeah, bro. That's right.
shit is real, man, 100%. But the beautiful part is the Lord is about to destroy this shit, man.
That's right.
Hell nah.
That's right, bro.
So if you don't have this light, this hope, and you out there trying to, you know what I'm saying, so-called do the right thing, you're not gonna get nowhere, man.
Yeah.
Because these devils, these demons are everywhere.
That's right, bro.
They're everywhere, man.
That's right, bro. Yeah, because a lot of celebrities too that never, made it to the, the high level. They even some of them they go into how they wasn't willing to do certain things to compromise their integrity, compromise their sexuality. Because they'll speak about certain things. I could have been in this movie. I could have got this role. I wasn't willing to go through with certain things. So that's why my career never took off like I wanted it to. Because all that wickedness, man.
Yeah. You know, that one comedian spoke about how old white man who's thinking about Ludacris. He left and Ludacris paid.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Yeah.
But he does live tell a tweet though.
Right. Yeah.
I think it was willing to stay to, you know, get that role in Fast and Furious. That's how he got that big ass contract.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of the cast have big contracts with Fast and Furious. They make a lot of bread.
They're all still out.
All those movies, they're making a lot of bread.
They're all still out.
Like 10 of them.
Yeah. It's still the continuation from Part 2 to the last one.
Yeah.
They're making billions just sign a huge contract.
Yep. Isaiah 65 and 3. A people that provoke me to anger continually to my face, that sacrifices in gardens and burning incense upon altar of brick.
Yep, that's what they did in the ancient times. They go under those groves and sacrifice unto idols. Thinking everything they doing is in secret, but the Lord
Look up Molech, bro.
and can see everything, man. You know, the lies of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun.
That's right.
You know, and that's what they do today in these churches, man. Okay, because all those you know, praying to Jesus Christo, that's an idol, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
What are these celebrities sacrificing to what? That dollar bill, man.
Yep.
Remember that opening scene of Belly?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He had that satanic star with the candles, and he put the dollar right there, man.
Yeah.
Sold for that bread, man.
Yep.
You know,
Yep. For the love of money.
for the love of money.
Yep.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Got any precept on that real quickly?
Leviticus 18.
Yeah, man. And that's ancient deity.
Yep.
And that's what they have out here in Sonoma County, that big ass owl, representation of Moloch.
Yep.
That goes back to the Canaanites.
Yep.
And so our people was doing the same thing.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is a law. So this is Leviticus 18 and 21. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech.
Yeah, sacrificing your children.
Yeah. Right.
You understand? And they doing that today through what? Planned Parenthood.
Yep. 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 Yep.
So you type in M-O-L-O-C-H.
Molech.
So type in M-O-L-O-C-H. There's one in Amos as well.
Oh yeah. The variation.
I got it.
Yeah.
Read it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Amos chapter 5 and 26. But ye have borne the tabernacle of your Moloch and Chiun, your images,
Yeah, those are idols.
the star of your God,
Yep.
which
Hey,
ye made to yourselves.
Star of Rifram.
Right.
Yep, Star of Rifram.
Yep.
That's the because the
6 star.
yeah, it was pentagram, right?
No, it's a 6. It's a
Hexagram.
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 Yeah.
The water,
I
yeah.
got a bird video on that.
And they use that, the Baphomet ritual and all that stuff.
Yep.
So it's right there.
That's the Hollywood star too.
Yeah, that's it.
You do the what they call it, the Walk of Fame.
Yeah.
Walk of Shame.
The Hall of Fame.
That's what they put their hands. They do that shit when they give somebody a star.
Pretty sure the stars tilted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you start? I think there's a verse above that, give you a little bit more in detail. Or beneath that, what does it say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Amos 5 and I'll start at 25.
Uh-huh.
It says, have you offered unto me sacrifices and offerings?
Going back to what the brothers brought out.
Yeah.
Because in the ancient days, you had to give up those sacrifices, the sheep, the goats, and all that stuff. It wasn't no human sacrifices.
Right.
All right? Go ahead. The ultimate sacrifice was through who? Yahweh Shai. That was the ultimate. And that started with what? Abraham.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was a test of the things to come. Yeah. That was the only human sacrifice the Lord required, was the only begotten son. So that's part of our culture. But it was Yahweh Shai. And he had another brother named Jephthah. He made that oath, made that vow. He had to sacrifice, I think it was his daughter or his niece.
Yeah, his daughter opened up the door,
Yeah.
his daughter showed up, and he was like, damn.
But it's righteous. It was in righteousness. They do it in wickedness.
Right.
They get power and all kinds of shit unto them from these demons. Go ahead.
Yeah, it says, have you offered unto me sacrifices and offerings in the wilderness 40 years, O house of Israel?
Yep.
But ye have borne the tabernacle of your Moloch.
Yeah, those are the sacrifices that was given up. The demonic deities. People started to go off, started going left. So ain't nothing new neath the sun. Everything is in the scriptures, man. The Holy Spirit is with you. Go ahead.
It says, and Chiun, your images, the star of your God.
Yeah, Star of Rifram.
which
Back in the days, the Israelites, we thought that was the shield of David.
Right.
Spread up and about love apostle, be like, nah, that's a hexagram, man. We ain't supposed to be wearing that.
That's the symbol that the small hatters have on their flag.
Right. We're not supposed to be wearing that. Go ahead.
It says, the star of your God, which ye made to yourselves. Therefore will I cause you to go into captivity beyond Damascus, said the Lord, whose name is the power of hosts.
There
And
it
it
is.
reiterates that in the 4th chapter. The reason why we went into captivity, Ruth breaking it down, is because we sacrificed unto devils.
That's the reason why the Lord charged that Joshua tell the people, say, hey, man, you don't see that, kill off all the Ammonites, man. Kill every last one of them. You know?
These their idols be a snare unto them.
Bro. That's why the Lord has when the Lord raises up the prophet, says, man, go make your face hard against their face, man. Because you know, Jake gonna be rebellious, you know, because Jake, you know, they especially these northern tribes, they're attached to those idols, man. Yeah, see, that's an ass. That asshole gonna be destroyed, man. Yeah, that's right. You know, but that's exactly what we're talking about. That's that rebellious ass. You know, even to this day. You know, they still rebellious, man. You know, just gonna drive by and just yell that shit out, man.
I don't know what the hell is going on.
You know what I'm saying? But see, that's what I'm saying. They ain't got that energy for Esau.
Not one
You
night.
ain't gonna drive by no police precinct. Bunch of Edomite cops and that shit, man.
You ain't gonna walk by it.
You ain't right.
Yeah, that's like in the car. Shit, we might catch your ass at the liquor store. Bitch ass, little faggot ass, little
Fuck motherfuckers, man.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, put a beat a bird in my face. Right in my face. I'll smack the shit out.
That's right, brother.
Yeah, man. I hate that. That shit's weird. Fuck that shit, man.
That's right.
These motherfuckers are.
Bunch of weirdos, man.
That's why deletion is needed.
Yeah, that's what happening, man. That's what we don't feel no remorse. We're bringing out without no remorse, according to the scriptures.
Right.
Brothers have testimonies from dealing with you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
It is justifiable.
That's right.
Over for you. It's over for you.
Right.
Birds, man.
That's right.
Useless eaters, man.
That's why we put curses on you, man.
Yeah.
That's right.
We put curses on you, man.
That's right,
We would
man.
much rather do that than get carnal.
Yeah.
We gonna put curses on you, and the Lord can do something worse to you, man.
Way worse.
Way worse.
That motherfucker got died in a Tesla. Burning alive. Help me, man. Dude, I can't, bro. I can't help you, bro.
Yes, bro.
He dead and he traumatized.
I'm saying, bro. Both sides tell. We have that understanding. Like, hell nah, man.
Yeah.
That's y'all about Shimmy. I don't want no problems, man.
That's very spiritual. That's exactly
Because ain't nobody gonna be able to help you. They said it. Who gonna deliver you out of my hand?
Right.
Who gonna save you from all this? I mean, that's talking about when this shit get real crazy out here. You know, but that's spiritual. Because the shit that's coming down your way ain't nothing gonna prevent it from coming towards you, man. You don't have no head. You don't have the hedge of the Heavenly Father, man.
Oh.
Okay? So you're gonna be all open to all this shit out here, man. All these evils that the Lord has coming on this society, man.
Oh yeah.
Okay? Because that's geared towards you. Okay? You wicked ass Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Go ahead, bro.
Yep. Back in Isaiah 55:4, which remain among the grave and lodged in the monument, which eat swine flesh.
Right, eating up all these abominations. These so-called wicked ass holidays, man.
They're not even in the holidays. They eat that shit on the regular.
Right, on the regular. Yeah, but you know they go extra hard when these fucking holidays come in, man.
Right.
Yeah, you know, because they think they praying to the Lord. You know, when they sit at the table, when they do, Jake do those prayers and whatnot. You ain't praying to the Lord, the true Lord, man, the true power, the true God of heaven and earth, man. You doing that to Satan, the devil. Okay? And the Lord, he tells you that in Amos, he despised your feast days, man.
Yeah.
All these days that you installed, as if the Lord is with these days, man.
Yeah.
Okay? And you learn all that from your oppressor, man.
Yeah, goddamn, like Thanksgiving.
Right.
There ain't no reason why none of you Northern Kingdomers should be celebrating things, even the South, but especially you Northern Kingdomers, man. That's literally based off of the slaughter of your people.
The
You
indigenous
all
tribes.
fucking reprobates,
They
man.
come back around.
Get out the car. Get out the car, you bitch.
Get the fuck out.
Get out the car, you
too,
faggot.
man. Get out of here, man. Don't to get ran over.
And your mother too.
Yep. Hey, that's the spirit. That's what we was talking about earlier. See, that's why I ain't gonna get your motherfucker.
Bunch of kids.
Yeah, little angry looking ass.
Yeah. They're a bunch of kids, man. Yeah, there ain't nobody. They're a bunch of kids.
Smack the shit out that head.
Oh,
my belt out.
Like 15 or something.
Yeah, like they high as hell.
Yeah,
I was
bro.
like,
They high up in the balloon.
They not rap
fuck.
type.
high up in the balloon and nine.
Yeah, it's okay, bro. I thought it was some grown ass.
utterly old
Old
and
and young. Yep, that's true.
Maids and little children, man.
That's right, bro.
You think the
Fuck all you
elected
YN.
get their power, we ain't gonna be getting little teenagers and shit?
Elijah, Elijah. The children with the mark of Elijah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're absolutely right, man.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, anything can happen, man.
That's right, bro. Yeah.
Hey,
The Lord got the
Stop
mark.
that shit with
They
Right.
smack, you know what I'm
But
saying?
they for them to spin the block, oh, the Lord got the mark
yeah.
beautifully,
You mark
man.
yourself twice. You double mark.
That's right, bro.
Your car might blow up, man.
And it might get lit up by the Johnny. Who knows, man?
Yep. They're gonna get
They
caught
out
up in
here
the
in Park
raid.
County, man.
ICE invade your fucking apartment complexes.
Oh, man.
And your ass get caught.
Yeah,
Caught up.
Right.
Yeah, we got the hotline.
Say fuck nigga
Yeah.
down. Go ahead.
Hey, Park County PD, you light their ass up.
Yeah, bro.
It's not a game out here, man. It's
Right.
a very, very serious time.
Who they learn that from? Fuck niggas. Where they learn that from? Who they learn that from? They learn that from Esau, man.
Yeah, their household,
You know?
they parents be doing that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it comes ultimately from that Edomite.
Yep.
That's the mindset that they take on when they come to this society, because they look at Esau as that's the standard. That's how we gotta be in order to be so-called successful, man.
Not knowing a damn thing about this land,
Right.
this culture, the laws. Hey, that's it. That's Babylon for you.
Yeah, bro.
Bunch of dumbass people.
Let us think. Lord got it there. Which remain among the grave and lodged in a monument with each one flesh and broth of abominable things is in their vessels.
Jambalaya, they put all that shrimp,
Gumbo,
all that shit, man.
noodle,
Yup.
got shit.
Yup. They be eating that shrimp too. They call it. Yup. So that apply to all the tribes, man. Okay, so the Heavenly Father is continually angry with your tribes, man. Okay, that's why that's why we're in the position, the predicament that we're in right now. You know, because of the same rebelliousness that from the ancient time till now. You know, they got heavy demons on
It's my trash, bro.
White trash, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
For real, they gonna get
White
washed out
trash,
for real.
man.
I'd be wrong if I threw this fucking chair.
Man, brothers, come on, man. They bunch of kids.
Go ahead, bro.
I want to do it, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
Yep. Which they stand by thyself, come not near to me. Amen.
Okay, Brad. Okay, Timmy. Fucking Timmy over there. Are you high, Timmy? Huh? Huh, Timmy?
We'll cry in the car, man.
You from a group home, Timmy? Fuck you, Timmy.
They be getting jumped by black guys at the school. That's what it is. Them young niggas be rolling up on their ass and beating their ass at the school.
Get the YNs and fuck
You
them
got your
up.
plates, man, of cool tonight.
Yeah, man.
Hey, you right on that.
Fucking lame, man. Fuck you, too. Lord, send some humor, man. Fucking Timmy and Brad talking shit, man. Brad, let's do it, man. Let's fuck niggers. You down there?
I'm gonna look for that on the news. Remember that.
I dare you, dude.
I fucking dare you, Brad. Fuck out of here, man.
Yeah. It said, which they stand by thyself, come not near to me, for I am holier than thou.
Yeah, that's them Christian type niggas, man. They holier than thou. And here it is, you eating all sorts of abominations, right? You worshiping idols, and you sitting up there thinking that the Lord is with you, man. The Lord is not with you, man. You've been deceived. You in a trick bag, man. Okay? Just like them assholes, you know, they in a trick bag. Yeah, we'll take a donation. This shit, okay? Thank you. Hey.
So bless up for the sister. Hey, y'all watch him, y'all shine, rock and down. All right?
Bless
Bless
you.
you.
Well, that's beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But that's what we was talking about earlier. You know what I'm saying? That's spirit. That's the spirit, man.
Yeah, because there's two sides, man. You know, it's not always, you know, Issachar.
Right.
When they pieces, like we was talking, remember? When they pieces of shit, yeah, they're pieces of shit, man.
Yeah.
But when they cool as fuck, man, you run into them ones, they
bro.
cool as a motherfucking cucumber, man.
Yeah, bro.
They embrace the South.
Yeah, it's assholes in all the tribes, man.
Yeah, bro.
Scums in all the tribes, man.
Yeah, bro.
It's just crazy how Southern California had to deal with that tension was heavy. It's heavy in the Southern California. It's bad, man. But the Lord cleared all that up eventually. So it's still there, but it's not as bad as it used to be for brothers growing up. Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know we got cussed at, then we got a blessing.
Blessing. Yeah.
That's right, man. Yeah, bro.
That's what and she's look like a paraplegic.
Yeah.
Lord have blessed and mercy upon her.
That's beautiful,
Even to the outside world, people thought who the aggressor was and who the one that was calm and cool.
Brothers really got calm, but you know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? You know, like,
It's okay.
yeah, you know what I mean?
Let's smack the shit out of that motherfucker.
Trying to get a little lick back.
I'll take my belt off y'all. It's all good.
It's like, man, hey, the word was
coming
coming
out, man.
Hey, that's what the word does, man. These demons, they can't handle when that truth come out.
Right.
That's why that's why they had to keep splitting the blood. The word cutting their ass.
That's right.
They got cut in their spirit.
Yep.
The angel made him do that shit.
Yeah, bro.
Keep that energy if your little ass is around in that day. When your house shots show up, man. Flip him the bird. Call him the N-word.
I hate black people. Okay.
We hate black people too. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 5. Which they stand by thyself, come not near to me, for I am holier than thou.
Yeah, and that's our people. That's the mind frame that they have, man. You know, 'cause they have all these channels. I remember back in the day, BET, Jake Garcia, BET on Sunday best. You know, niggas go to church to try to outdress each other. You know, who got the best suit on? You know, ain't nobody learning a goddamn thing, man. You know, Jay gonna go home and still throw that pork chop on the damn skillet. You know, Jake's still gonna go out there commit adultery. You know, not knowing the goddamn thing, man. Still lost in the sauce, man. You know, and that's the state that you know, Esau wants our people to remain in, man. That's why they have these gatekeepers to keep our people in that stupefied state.
Right.
You know, vote or die. You know, they're still talking about this voting shit, man. Like what? That's not going to solve your problems, man. Okay, if marching and protesting didn't
That's
solve
a
it,
threat, man.
Right.
Vote or you gonna die? What the hell?
Die by what?
Die for what? Why? Why did he?
right, bro. You know, all this nonsense, man. You know, that has no profit unto us, man. Hey, watch these motherfuckers.
Don't worry about the kingdomers. Don't worry about that shit, man. Yeah, keep teaching, brother.
Yep. Go ahead, bro. Yeah. Read that again.
Which they stand by thyself, come not near to me, I am holier than thou. These are a smoke in my nose.
Right. This is a smoke in the Lord's nose. It's an offense. This is what pisses the Lord off, man. about you tribes, man. And that's why the brother brought that scripture about that hypocritical nation, because you a bunch of
Nah, that ain't them.
hypocrites.
Oh, that ain't them. Nah. Yeah, that's an older Jake in the front. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see. I got like 2020.
Same. I don't know. Look.
Yeah, same car. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, my vision is pretty on point. Yeah, nah, you good. It look like it's a male and a female over there. Yeah.
Then he was driving a messed up Nissan.
Yeah. Nah, you good. Nah, hey, brother, you on point. Watching. Yeah, at the water for that.
Drinking on where?
Yeah.
These are a smoke in my nose, a fire that burns all the day.
Man.
Right. That's what pisses the Lord off, man. That's why that brother brought that scripture up, the hypocritical nation, because you a bunch of goddamn hypocrites, man. And that's why Lord Yahweh Shai cussed out the wicked scribes and Pharisees, being a bunch of goddamn hypocrites, man. You know, and our people are still in that mind frame to this very day. You know, and that's why when all these things happen unto them, it's gonna be like a thief in the night. It's gonna catch them off guard. It's gonna catch them unawares because they don't expect the Lord's judgment. They don't expect the Lord's judgment. Like, they don't expect the Lord to judge their ass for all the wickedness that they've been perpetuating out here, man. Because when they go to these churches, they get told that the Most High is all about love, man. Okay? You do anything, the Lord's gonna forgive you. As long as you go to church, you pay your tithes, everything gonna be cool. You know? We come in here to tell you like that ain't the case, man. You don't repent, truly repent, turn back to who you are, wherever respective tribe that you're from, you don't come back to this truth, the Lord gonna destroy you, man. Right. Okay, there's no other path, there's no other way but through this word, man, which is Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? You can't get to the Father without Yahweh Shai, man. Right. Okay? So you can stay, the idiots that was driving by, that's cool, that ain't nothing, you know. But when all hell breaks loose, you're gonna remember the men out there that you were mocking, all that shit you were saying, you're gonna be ashamed.
That's right.
You know?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Behold, it is written before me, I will not keep silent, but will recompense, even recompense into their bosom.
That's right, and that's silent. They're keeping our silence through the Lord's men, okay? Through the prophets. Because now the Lord is speaking through his men, and he's letting you know, all this shit that you've been doing, guess what? There's a judgment coming, okay? You have accumulated all these wicked ass acts, and now therefore, all these judgments are going to come upon your ass, man. That's right. Okay? Right. You know? Because there's a limit, man. The Lord is fed up. You think we fed up? The Lord is fed up, man. Okay? Because the Lord told us that y'all wasn't gonna listen, man. Right. He said they won't listen to me.
Yeah.
Right. So what make you think they're gonna listen to you?
Tell them anyway.
Tell them anyway. So the blood is off your hands. That's right. That's what he said, Ezekiel 33.
Yeah, I was about to go there.
Yeah.
Lord said he's not gonna, he's not gonna hold.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. He let loose. You're gonna see the real king of terror.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. The playtime is over, man. You know, our people been here in this society, man, you run up and down these streets all day playing. Yeah. Those ain't playing, man. Lord ain't playing with you niggas, man.
That's right.
Okay? Shit, when all hell breaks, when your loved ones get stripped from you, okay? When you start seeing just death in mass numbers, you know, all that game playing gonna come, it's gonna cease.
Ezekiel 3:7. What you got?
It's here right here.
Oh, okay.
This is Ezekiel 33. I'm gonna start at 1.
Okay.
Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him as their watchman.
And that's us. We're those spiritual watchmen. Okay? We're watching for that sword, that destruction. Go ahead.
If when he seeth the sword upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people.
Right, which is spiritually speaking about us coming out here and warning you, man. Telling you what's coming, getting ready to happen, and to let you know if you don't repent, you don't change your ways, that sword is gonna come upon you.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right. It says, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning.
Right. That's the rebellious ass tribes, man. All 12 tribes. Okay. You rebellious ass Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Go ahead.
If the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head.
Right. Your blood gonna be upon you. Because we came out here, the spirit power, Yahweh Shemi Abishai. We warned you, we told you the evils that's coming, okay, the things that you have to do in order, you know, to potentially avoid these things, which is turning back to the Lord, man. Okay, repenting. Okay, come out of that mindset of being a so-called black man or black woman, a so-called Mexican man, Mexican woman, so-called Puerto Rican man, Puerto Rican woman, so on and so forth, man. Okay, come out of that shit keeps you captive in your mind, man.
Right.
You know, that's why I said scripture say, they shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Right.
Yeah, the quote he said that they're not gonna listen to me is in Ezekiel 3. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead, bro. I'll get it next.
Yep.
It said, it says, verse 5, he heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning. His blood shall be upon him, but he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul.
Right, that's the elect.
Right.
Okay, you know, that's the man that hear this word, that registers, and they become doers of the word to the very end.
That's right.
And Lord willing, we be those men. You know, as the scripture say, many are called, but few are chosen. You know?
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, like the brother said earlier,
Yep.
they will not hearken unto you, they hearken unto me.
Yep.
This is Ezekiel chapter 3. Start at verse 4. And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel and speak with my words unto them. We coming out the scriptures, man.
That's right, bro. Yeah.
All right, we're not coming out our faint heart.
That's right.
But thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech
Right.
and of a hard language.
Right, like how you were saying earlier, like how, you know, they look at it as, you know, brothers may say certain demonic words, whatever, but we talking just like how our people talk.
Right.
We come in a way that you can understand, man.
Right.
We're not coming out here speaking old no Shakespearean way,
Or Cantonese, or
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
or
Speak-
different tongue, you
Yep.
know. Go ahead.
All right. But to the house of Israel, not to many people of a strange speech
Yep.
and of a hard language, whose words thou canst not understand.
Right.
Surely they're not speaking on Hamitic
Right.
language and shit like that, even though we got Israelites
Right.
scattered over there.
Right.
But the bulk of Israel
Yep.
is in the United States, mainly speaking English or Spanish.
Right.
Right? Surely, had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee.
Right.
But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me.
That's right. You see that? And that's the issue.
Yeah.
With all 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Rebelliousness, man. Not hearkening unto the voice of the Lord, man. And see, this is our kryptonite, man. This is what fucks us up every single time, man. But not being obedient to the ways of the Lord, man. Not doing what the Lord told us to do, man. And we see the results, man. We see the results throughout all these different generations and captivities Jake have been in, man. Constantly going off. You know, when you read the book of Judges, you see that. Jake constantly going off, going in and out of captivity. Lord had to raise up saviors in their times, man. You know, because Jake's fucking rebelliousness, man. Go ahead, bro.
Right. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted. Bunch of hardheads, man.
Bro. Stubborn ass people, man.
Yep.
Stiff neck. Go ahead.
Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces.
Right. The Lord didn't give us that spirit of fear.
Right.
You know, that's because this is not of us. This is of the Lord, man. This is of the Lord that we're able to come out here and speak how we speak, man. I can't even see myself doing this 15, 16 years ago, man. You know? And, you know, naturally, I'm a quiet dude. You know? I can't even see myself speaking in front of a whole bunch of people like this, man. This is of the Lord, man. Okay? This is the spirit, that spirit of Moses is of Yahweh Shemi Abishai.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right. Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces,
Yep.
and thy forehead strong against their foreheads.
Right. Because that's how our people are, man. You know, Jake is hard, man. Hard-headed too. You know, that's why they got these hard looks on their face, man.
Yep.
That's why, you know, even though they were youngsters, they flipping us off and all that. You know, that's the people that we got to go out and speak unto, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
As an adamant, harder than flint,
Woo.
have I made thy forehead.
Stone.
Yep.
You know, that's why the Lord said He gonna take that stony heart from us, man. You know, that's why we gonna be perfect. We ain't gonna sin anymore, man. We don't have to come out and teach our people to know the Lord, man. You know, that's the kingdom. You know.
Right.
Go ahead.
Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks.
Right. That's the point. Don't fear them, because ultimately, who's in control? The Lord is in control, man. Right. You know, see the Lord. Hey, man's goings of the Lord. How can a man understand his own way? The Lord had them do that to mark them themselves, man.
That's right.
Because you know they thinking that in their mind. Oh, let's go fuck with them. You know, and the Lord allowed them to do it to mark they ass, man.
Yep.
You know, because when all hell breaks loose, I guarantee you those guys, when all that shit they was doing, when all hell breaks loose, they gonna be shitting in their pants, man. You know, when Esau started coming down hard, this is Spirit 144. You know, when the Lord started coming down on these motherfuckers, that's when all these things, it don't make sense now, but it's gonna make sense like a motherfucker when all hell breaks loose and start hitting home.
Yep.
Go ahead, bro.
Now they be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house.
A rebellious house, a rebellious ass people, man.
Yep.
Okay? And that's why the words, they sound repetitive. It gotta be repetitive.
Right.
Because you motherfuckers just don't get it, man. You know? The Lord gotta tell you the same thing over and over. It's like when a parent tell their child, he said, I'm gonna tell you one more time, one last time. Touch that shit, I'm gonna fuck you up. You know? And when the child don't listen, what happens? They get their ass whooped.
Yep.
You know? Well,
Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, all my words that I shall speak unto thee, receive in thy heart, in your mind, and hear with thy ears, get the understanding.
yeah.
Okay? And go get thee to them of the captivity.
Yeah.
So the children of Israel, the real Israelites, the real Jews, will be in captivity today.
That's right.
That's a cut.
That's right.
Right.
That's
Unto
right,
the
bro.
children of thy people,
Yeah.
and speak unto them, and tell them, thus say Yahweh Shem Yahushai, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear.
Whether they hear or whether they will forbear. Whether you listen or not, we don't give a damn.
Don't give a
Okay?
fuck.
We ain't coming out here with no goddamn gimmicks. Okay? We can't save it. We can't save our own self, man.
Right.
Okay? We looking to be saved, man. But we coming out here faithfully to the Spirit of God, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, to let you know, to warn you, man.
Right.
Okay? Because we don't want your blood upon our hands, man. Okay? Because that's why the Lord went into those parables, that talent, you know, the one that put their talent in the napkin, you know, the guys that don't go out there, you're not out there warning the people, their blood is going to be upon your hand, man. You know? And that's why we out here, man. You know, and Lord willing to the end, man, because ultimately it's all, the Lord's in control of everything, man. Right. Okay? Even us, like I said, us being out here is of the Lord, man. The Lord put the Spirit in us. He gives us the inspiration. Hell, it's just go through this captivity. The inspiration comes through Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Because if it was on us, man, we'd been through a long time ago, man. You know?
And we're part of the rebuilding of the what you call it, the third temple.
Yeah, third temple, yeah.
The prophets helped out with that in the time of Ezra as well. And I was trying to get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So everybody's doing a job through the inspiration of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Somebody, I'm trying to get it.
Everybody had a tool in their hand.
And everybody has a job.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it. This is Ezra, chapter 5. Look at Ezra, chapter 5. So this Ezra is Esdras.
Yeah.
First, the second Esdras, that's the same prophet.
Yep.
Okay. Then the prophets, Haggai, the prophet, and Zechariah, the son of Edo, prophesy unto the Jews that were in Judah and Jerusalem in the name of God of Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
You're trying to assault us now, bro.
That's why we got these cameras. That's why we got
What was
these
that?
cameras.
Gonna pick up my elbow.
It was some all that pickle right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all right.
he's smart though.
And you missed
Hey,
too.
Lord got his ass, man. Thought it was African.
Did he hit you?
No, I didn't hit me.
Yeah, see, remember that last
No,
time
it hit my
motherfucker
elbow.
that beer bottle and
yeah.
it missed? That's
Yeah.
the Angels, man. You motherfuckers are losers.
Yeah, bro. hey, that's beautiful. Hey, that's losers. Hey, that's what the
How the
prophets of
fuck
old
is it
had.
3 or 4 people
died
over here
tonight.
you go and you miss all of them? Losers.
Oh, he hit my elbow.
The prophets of old had to deal with worse, man. They was stoned, man.
These niggas died tonight. Tonight. Boy, I'm playing around these niggas, man.
Get no pickle at us, bro. What the fuck? Get a life, man. Why they mad at us, bro?
Yeah, they getting cut.
Oh, fucking.
That's Satan hopping on them.
Oh, man. Yeah. So prophesy in the name of God with Yahweh Shem Yahushua of Israel, even unto them. Then rose up Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, and Joshua, the son of Jozadak, and began to build the house of God, which is at Jerusalem, and with them were the prophets of God helping them. So that's the same thing going on again today.
Yeah, bro.
It's the same thing. The prophets are back helping the rebuilding.
It's
The third, the spiritual building.
Yeah.
In the name,
That's right, bro.
the God of Israel, Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
That's right, bro. That's why we push those names heavily, starting with Apostle L's on down, man. You know, because that's through those names. That's why you have all this truth all throughout the four corners of the earth, man. Okay, and you got brothers that come in, since the apostles and elders put this truth on YouTube in 07 to this point now. It's brothers this thing that went global, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. And that's why all these things are happening in this planet. That vibration is being pushed out in the earth. Okay? And Satan mad. Satan is mad right
Yeah,
now.
they drove by and threw a pickle at us. Fucking weirdos,
The
man.
Lord got a pickle with their ass, man.
Yeah, man.
You're going to be in a pickle very soon.
Right.
Right.
I wasn't paying attention. He missed.
Yeah.
No, he hit my elbow.
Oh, you hit your
Yeah,
elbow?
that's
But it's all
the
good over there. The Lord got these niggas marked, man. Ain't nobody, man.
Bring that out, bro.
Ain't nobody, man. Niggas just,
They came by too.
Take this pickle, you
Take this bigger nigger. Pickle niggers.
Hey, this is it right here. Zechariah 13:8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land,
This land right here, America, go ahead.
saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, 2 parts therein
2/3, go ahead.
shall be cut off and die.
Right, which is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You rebellious ass, you want to throw pickle motherfuckers. You part of those 2 parts. That's going to be cut off here and die, man.
oh, yeah.
Okay? Go ahead.
But the third shall be
Yeah,
left
let's keep
therein.
looking out for
Which
them,
is
bro.
the small remnant. Okay? Which is consists of the 144,000 and the 1/3. Go ahead.
And I will bring the third part through the fire.
Third part through the fire, which is talking about once again that small remnant through the hell, the tribulation, and also through the fire, those missiles, man. And they shot over here. Go ahead.
And will refine them as silver is refined.
That's how the Lord is refining his elect through all that adversity, man. That tribulation, man. Okay. Yeah, that's why it's a necessary thing to catch hell, man.
Yeah.
Lord purges us, he's refining us, man.
Yeah.
As gold tried in the fire, acceptable
Right.
men in the furnace of adversity.
Right.
Even offenses.
Yeah.
Like getting pickles thrown at you and shit.
Yeah.
that ain't shit, man.
Right.
It ain't nothing but, you know, it's
Yeah.
a fence.
That comes with the territory, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because what the Lord said, the world hated me,
know, they
it's
hate
gonna
you.
hate you.
Yep.
The world
They
hates
hate
you,
me.
it hated me first.
Yep.
Right.
You know?
And someone's gonna die for this, so that ain't nothing, man.
Right. Yeah, that ain't shit compared to what's coming
Come
down
on,
the
man.
The
So-
way. Yep.
That's why brothers should work out, man. Go, you know what I'm saying? Get some aggression out.
Motivation.
Question out of you,
They
man.
go double leg takedown some motherfuckers, man. I help out, bro. I'm telling you, man, dude.
Hell, you know.
It says, I will bring the third part through the fire, and will find them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried.
Yeah, the Lord's he's gonna try our faith, man. You know, even on a higher level that's coming, because like I said, when all this shit close up, you know, you can't get food like you used to. That's when it's gonna be known who are the Lord's chosen at that time, man. Okay, and see that's why it's a beautiful thing to take the tough road, you know,
Right.
Because if you in that comfortable state, okay, where you settled on your leaves and shit, okay, so when this time comes, you're not gonna be able to make that decision to where you're gonna what's the word?
They come by, I'ma crack their ass.
Yeah, bro.
Come by with
That's why
some
when that
bullshit.
time comes, when the hour temptation to see him, a lot of motherfuckers gonna fall,
Yeah,
man.
we get that.
Because they used to being in that comfortable state, and they want to keep it that way.
Right.
You know, because they're attached to these things. That's why our Lord told us not love not this world, neither the things that are in this world. You know?
Yeah, that's going to be their form of salvation.
Yep.
That Esau is going to be presenting to them.
Yeah.
You see, and that's the thing about coming into the truth and understanding what it really is, because we understand that for the children of Israel, the Israelites, there's a real salvation that's coming for us. Man.
Yep.
This is why it's that's why it's important for you to understand. All right, like King David said, when I came into the congregation of the Lord, then understood I therein. Because we understand prophecy, man. We understand that the Lord is coming back. There's a kingdom of heaven coming for us.
Yep.
So we're not going to lean upon this devil for no type of provision.
Right.
He's going to come in with that form of salvation and safety. All right, but we're not going to fall for it.
That's
We
right.
to speak about how there's 7,000 men not going to bow the knee to the image of Baal.
Yep.
Right.
That's what this new satanic system is pretty much all about.
Yeah.
Making people bow down to the so-called white man and this
Yep.
satanic system, man.
Right. That's right. That's why it's very, very important to be rooted, you know, in this thing, you know, to have your foundation gotta be rock solid, man. You know what I'm saying? Because when all these things start to, because that we're speaking about, Yahushua made that parable about those that build their house on sand and those that build it upon that rock. You build it, which the rock is Yahushua. You know, if you don't have that rock as your foundation, when all this that storm, all that hell, tribulation come, that your house is gonna fall, man. Meaning you won't fold, man.
Right.
You know.
That's why Isaiah 3, it talks about wisdom and knowledge.
Yeah.
Shall be the stability of thy time.
Right.
This is what the Lord through the Spirit is teaching us, wisdom and knowledge of these scriptures, man.
Right.
That's what's going to keep us literally stable going
Right.
into that strong foundation.
Right, and that's what keeps their house stable. That solid foundation. You know, they say sturdy, firm. That's that rock, man. You just can't move a house built on a rock. You just can't move that house like that, man.
Nah.
You know, because it has a solid foundation. So that's our faith, Lord willing, until the very end. You know. Go ahead. You and Zechariah.
Yeah.
I'll go back.
Back in Zechariah 13 and 9 again, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined,
Go ahead.
and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name.
Right, they shall call on my name. Okay, it's the true name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Okay, the elect, and the Lord's gonna hear them, man. He's gonna hear the elect, man. Go ahead.
Yep, and I will hear them.
Yep.
I will say, it is my people. And they shall say, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is my God.
Right, like it said in Psalms 91, because he have known my name, I will deliver him. I will be with him in trouble. You know, so So that's what's coming, because trouble is coming. Okay, it's not called Jacob's trouble for no reason. You know, but it said he shall be saved out of it. That small remnant, man.
Right.
Okay. What you said? Yes. Yeah, because we about pretty much brother gonna read the scripture. It's gonna sum up everything that we're speaking about. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 12.
Yeah, I'm gonna bust in and fucking
12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Yeah.
Fear the Most High and keep His commandments.
Right. Fear the Most High, Yahweh Shai, and keep His commandments. Right.
For this is the whole duty of man.
For this is the whole duty of man.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
To fear the Lord and keeping His law, statutes, commandments. Okay. This is beneficial to your health, man.
Right.
Okay, to your soul,
Right.
by obeying the words of Yahweh Shai, man. Yep.
Yeah, verse 14.
Yep.
For the heavenly Father shall bring every work into judgment.
Every work, everything out here that you doing, the Lord's He's gonna bring it back to you. Okay, go ahead.
With every secret thing,
Yeah, everything gonna be revealed, whether good or evil.
Yep.
whether it be good
Yep.
or whether it be evil.
Right.
There it is.
Everything that's done in the dark will be brought to light. Okay.
That's it.
So that's pretty much it. So we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, don't do it. Just close it out, because motherfucker might pull up. Just close it out facing here.
Bro, we're just gonna face the east.
No, just close up, brother. Don't turn around.
Okay.
Because them dudes is out here trying to
All
throw
right.
some shit at us, bro.
So yeah, this pretty much concludes Camp, man. Lord willing, this is edifying to you sincere brothers. As well as you few sisters out there, y'all stay strong.
Give all praises to Yahweh.
We're gonna give all glory praise to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Shalom.
Shalom.
Fucking kids throwing shit at us, man.